Today, I'm turning Warhammer into FreakHammer, and I've only got 100 turns to do it. I'm putting on that shiesty on max settings, legendary, very hard, with the max AI cheats possible, the hardest endgame crisis. That's just how we do it on the War channel. Make sure to check out the Discord in the link below if you want to see more. I promise you, any question you have on anything will be answered there. And you better get used to seeing this symbol so that almighty YouTube sound does not smite me down from the heavens, as it's gonna get really freaky. There are 5 stages of Freak, starting from just a normal GrandCathay experience with Mommy Meow to I only have 100 turns to do this, so before turn 100, I need to get to stage 5 while also allying or destroying both Marathi and Katerin, which may or may not be also, let's say, a bit changed. And we'll have to somehow beat a brand new hyper ramped up endgame crisis unlike any other. If we're not prepared, we will lose, we will fail, and the Gunnar dream will be lost forever. Full transparency, I've already lost a challenge once, and I don't ever plan on repeating that, so let's lock in, let's go, get freaky, and start this Miaoying campaign. As we start the campaign, I feel like I gotta explain a couple of things. So, how do we actually progress the stages? Number 1, you either defeat a Slaaneshi army in combat.
Silly, do you want my sword? No, not that one. This one.
I am the storm that is approaching.
Or you do trade deals, ally with the Slaaneshi army.
Silly, do you want my sword? No, not that one. Now do you want my sword?
Yes! Yes!
The more you do, the more freaky you get. That's the way it goes. For now though, take a look. This is the most normal GrandCathay will look pretty much in the entire campaign. It's the only time really that I'll look this normal. I'm just taking out that early settlement, getting it done quick, recruit a second army. We're trying to get in there fast. We're taking out Miaoying. We actually peace out with our original adversary because Miaoying has a special plan that I'm sending her on a mission to do, because I know that if I don't want to lose this campaign again, I have to actually come in with a plan. So that's why I'm attacking and gonna go through the mountains of Morn as opposed to going to the right like you might do in a normal Miaoying campaign. I get buddy with the ogres, I don't want to deal with them, but the dwarves, who cares about them? They're on the 6 feet anyways. Just take them out, occupy their land. Sounds good to me. We do attack these ogres though, because they're minor ogres. Miners! So, you know, it should be fine. We go to the Blood Peak Mountains, get in there, auto-resolve. Bye-bye. You can see my army's already looking really strong here with Miaoying.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
You want to get that early lead before the enemy starts ramping up, because if they ramp up and you're not ramped up, you're about to get cooked. I go to try to ambush this big force of ogres there in the mountains. I try to look for some trade deals for my allies. Imperial Wardens want to confederate. I say, hell yeah! That means I can protect the north so I don't have to deal with it. Because if I own the north, it's pretty easy to protect it. But trying to keep that north protected with that stinky AI is so hard to do. I recruit Julong. Forgive me if I butcher some of these Cathayan names. I have not practiced my cultural skills that very well. What can I say? But I'm gonna recruit some archers, you know, they come at me, you know, hold the little choke point, poke them down. Get that growth, we want to get those buildings up really fast. I don't want to push in the north at all. Just defend against Zatan, the Black, and Village. He can just stay up there. I'll stay in Cathay. Miaoying, I got some items. I'm gonna get her kitted out, want her looking fresh. Also, if you get these caravans, always just go for the one that gives you more BOP, because you really want to be auto-resolving that stuff. And we get our first Slaaneshi battle, the Slaaneshi's Blade. We'll get this one later, but for now, we gotta take out our first ogre adversary at the Titan's Notch. It looks like they ran away from us, pretty good. They did not want no smoke with Meow Meow. She is quite the girl boss. Maytan though, I actually got a winery over here. It's like a special building of Slaaneshi, exquisite vineyard. We'll keep an eye on that one, but let's just say Wargod's luck is not very good. He needs to go pray to Reynold a little bit more. And we get attacked by a massive ogre army. Bunch of pigback riders. Meow Meow's got like a stack, and we got this Slaaneshi garrison. You'll find out more about that later. But we'll fight this battle. You know, going in this one, I was pretty confident. I was like, come on. It's just a bunch of stinky pigback riders and ogres. They got light armor. We got archers. We should be fine.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
And you'll have to see how this one goes. I kind of send in Miaoying as kind of, you know, guerrilla tactics, get in there, punch. Because Miaoying, at this point, I don't think she had the Von Karstein blade yet. But she was still tanky enough to just distract them. I bring back my caster. She actually almost died to the Saber Tusk, but luckily I'm able to peel them off with the Sky Junk and a couple of Searing Dooms. And I also pull back Miaoying. Don't want her to get a little too messed up in the back there. She's getting chased down by a horde of crows though, but they're just gonna come right to the slaughter. Gonna treat them like practice targets and shoot them up with all my archers. Oh, the crows. Bye bye. Like playing Duck Hunt IRL. You can see the ogres now are finally entering on our front line. We're getting charged by ogre, charged by pigbacks. Big blob over there. We're definitely going to want to punch that with the Sky Junk. Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Punch them, Sky Junk. Dude, stop aiming. Just shoot. On the left, though, I'm going to cast a Searing Doom. But on the right, Sky Junk, shoot.
Please, me, I need this!
I think he's getting distracted by the crows. But as soon as I peel them off, I should be able to get some really good volleys into those bunched up Noblars. You can see my front line is just holding on for dear life. I've got like a scrap of troops. I was a little bit lazy, not gonna lie. So my Jade Warriors probably didn't have as much HP as they should have. But hey, what you gonna do? Over here, you can see we're just casting our spells. Miaoying getting half health by crows is more than I thought was gonna happen. But she's still relatively healthy. I guess Blood Vultures are quite strong. Sky Junk finally gets some volleys into the sides as they bunch up on my infantry, but my infantry is looking really thin. I mean, they're punching through fast. The cheats go crazy, but I do get his lord. He sends him in, and I poke him down with all my archers. I'm like, I gotta get him out. Ogres do have really low leadership compared to some other factions, so if I take out that lord, even though they have the AI cheats for more leadership, I can still probably tear out them off with Meow Meow. The Sky Junk's gonna go over now to the left after peeling off the right flank. Kind of, not really, but there's a bigger blob over there, so I just want to get the biggest value leads I can. My entire front line on the right side is gone at this point. There's nothing, it's just archers. So hopefully there's the volume of fires enough to defend against them. A lot of ogres here, and the front line completely collapses. We have no front line on either sides at this point. It got really scary here. You can see a lot of my archers. My Sky Junk is almost dead. The only real power I have right now, I'd say, is a Celestial Dragon Crossbowman and my Jade Crossbows, because all the other archers are shut down at this point. I need Meow Meow to go right now and start sniping some of these single entities, because if they get to the guns and I don't have anything to counter them and it's Meow Meow in a 1v2, I don't think she's a fan of Eiffel Towers. We need to get rid of them really fast. Meow Meow comes up here, snipes the Lord while she has some support. She's doing good. She's getting really good hits into that Tyrant. Meow Meow's a queen. She'll never lose to him. I do have to pull out the Sky Junk. I do not want to be losing my Sky Junk this early. By scraping by, we managed to win that one. And if you notice, I don't have my caster anymore. She got sniped by the hunter when I wasn't looking. I guess the AI now is a little smarter and is programmed to snipe him, so we lost our metal caster. This is a big loss. I was really pissed. I even thought about restarting the campaign. But you know what? I was like, listen, it's going fine enough still. So we move on to the next turn. Skaven Dirty Rats always declare war on me. Buddy, you're doing absolutely nothing to me. Stay humble. In the north, I'm just going to continue to build up my forces. I really do want nothing to do with villagers. No, not villagers. Satan the Black. Because they are very scary. They get ramp up really fast. And they become a really big problem in this campaign. But for now, I just gotta deal with some stinky rats. I get Mei Tan over here to try to go and she's out of the range of the rats, recruit more units, and if they try to attack my settlement, I counterattack. That's the plan. Hopefully it works out for me. Meow Meow's gonna finish off the ogres in a non-sus way. Gets them, auto-resolves them. Good job, Meow Meow. Hit him with the thunder. And yeah, we're just gonna get over here. Now, I get a little antsy. So Meow Meow, I see Grimgor there, and I'm like, okay. Do I attack Grimgor? Do I not attack Grimgor? I don't really want to attack him. Grimgor is super strong early game. Like when he gets that. So I really did not want no beef with him. It's only 11 turns in, guys. I go and kill the final one here. And this was a stupid play. I'm not gonna lie, I shouldn't have done this. But I got thirsty for the kills. Listen, the ogre disrespected me and they needed to pay. So I just fight it manually, you know, take the least losses I can. Beat him up. Meow Meow's at full HP as well. That's pretty good. But I realized, like, oh shit, there's two greenskin armies. If they declare war on me right now, I'm done. I'm not making it out.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
So I tell Grimgor,
Please,
Grimgor,
I need this.
I'll give you all my settlements. I'll give you everything, bro. Do not declare war on me. I gave him, what is that even called? Titan's Notch. And I asked for some money in a non-aggression pack. Boom. I get it. So me and Grimgor are the homies. And I actually give him Blood Peak as well. Because look, Defensive Alliance. I'm sure Grimgor will definitely be trustworthy and never betray me.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, okay. Well, for now, at least, you know, Grimgor's the homie, so that's cool. We can go through his lands unimpeded. This could have gone really bad if he attacked me. I do not think I could have been 2 full stacks with the limp army that I had. It was pretty much just Miaoying as my only strength in there, as it normally is. I finally do get peace with the ogres, because I don't want to have to go all the way back to take their last settlement, and I get a little bit of extra money from them. Like I said, Meow Meow has a secret plan all the way in Kislev. If you remember the goal of this video, we gotta meet up with Katerin somehow. They put a little stinky undercity in my gate bastion. Okay, whatever, Skaven. Maytan, look like the Skaven over here wants some beef. I attack them, they run away, they're scared, they're chicken. I figured if they're chicken, I should be able to win this battle, right?
Wrong.
It says valiant defeat. I was confident going in. I think I had this one. You can see I just blobble with my lord. I'm gonna just cast a bunch of breath attacks, shoot them with my archers. It really should have been that easy. Ultimately, this battle does not go great for me. You can see they're all going to start routing up, and we ultimately are going to lose, even if we do snipe the Lord here, though. So we get the Lord, but again, it's just not enough. Here, take a final breath attack as a final screw you. And you see, we don't fully lose it, though. I'm able to actually retreat and go back to Miaoying because I was on the offense. This is why you want to stay on the offense, especially against the Skaven. If they ambush you, you're gonna die. I recruit another Lord just in case. I don't know how many rats there are. There's always some others lurking in the trees. But this rat in the next turn, we're able to track him down, hunt him down, kill him. And I do recruit some infantry in this army as well, making it a lot stronger. Get that replenishment rate. We need to stay nice and healthy. While I'm dealing with the rats back in Cathay, back in the Darklands, I made travel across Grimgor's land and Zarnagrund, and now I am at the Silver Pinnacle with Meow Meow. But before I can pass the Silver Pinnacle, there is a lot of zombies.
The zombies are coming.
But I don't think Meow Meow can actually fight that. I mean, there's 4 stacks of zombies. It's going to be a long, long day before Meow Meow is able to deal with them all. So I take the Blasted Expanse, just, you know, be a little annoying, get a little bit of D-Wad, and, you know, I try to go after now the Overlords of, what are they called? Overlords of Zarduk. And I dookie on them, taking their territory. I just want to make sure that Meow Meow has that position ready. So hopefully they capture the settlement I captured and then I capture their life. Or at least unlife. That was the plan at least. We'll see how it works out for me. And the next turn though, Grimgor already breaks the defensive alliance.
Your life is nothing. You serve as zero purpose. You should yourself now and give somebody else a piece of that oxygen and ozone layer that's covered up so that we can breathe inside this blue trap bubble. Because what are you here for? To worship me? Yourself. I mean that with 100%.
You know, I gave you 2 settlements and you betrayed me like that. And here we go, the plan is falling into place. The vampires go and attack our main settlement over here. Not our main settlement, but the one we stole from them. They're taking it back. See, now it's only 2 armies of vampires. Unless they bring another one. Do they bring one? Okay, no, they bring 3, so I don't think Meow Meow can fight that still. And I don't even think she can reach them. But the Overlords of Zarduk are having a lot of problems with, so I recruit some our wars and I send Meow Meow on this Chaos Dwarf stack. A lot of it is just quote-unquote laborers, as they like to call them. It should be an easy battle. I fight it manually though. Skyjunk over here shooting in them. They say valiant defeat, but you know War God don't lose.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
They're gonna pop pretty early, and again we go for another juicy GrandCathay box. Hey man, I didn't make the GrandCathay faction. Release the Monkey King, release Yin Yin, and we can get some more GrandCathay playstyles. But we end up winning this battle pretty easily, sniping the Lord. Everybody routes off in a big Overlords of Zarduk are gonna have to go back, and they send another army. These brothers got a lot of armies, a lot of money, but they do a weird maneuver where they force march to the side of us. I'm not sure what the AI was thinking here. Another, again, just keep getting the melee units that giving me the most BOP so I can just auto-resolve those Cathay caravan quests, because it's very annoying fighting ogres all the time. I hit like every single time I would get ambushed by those stupid ogres. Very annoying. I don't show you it all here, but believe me, it pissed me off. Well, we go and attack the Howling Rock with Meow Meow. We want to keep pushing on the Overlords of Zarduk. We do not want them to have any foothold in this battlefield. We want to keep winning. Village in the north here, he's on the prowl. We have to make sure he does not get any time to invade any of our bastions. When we see Village go near bastion, we move our army. We want to be able to in a constant position to counterattack him. We actually end up getting peace with the Skaven after we beat them up, because I don't want to have to fight Skaven the entire day. So now we're chill with them. So GrandCathay is relatively safe now. The only real big problem is over here in the Darklands. You can see we get a rebellion here taking up our settlement. Some more Streltsy. Again, keep getting the most BOP units for the caravans. Caravans are fun. I like them, but they can be a little annoying. And here we see the war host of Jar, led by Zatan the Black. And yeah, he's clearly wanting to take our settlements. He's getting ready to, you know, press in there. But again, I just keep building the force. We do not want the North to fall. If the North falls, I'm going to have to pull Miaoying back, recruit a new army. It's going to be a whole shebang. So just keep it off my lawn. Like Plants for Zombies.
I'm just a sunflower.
Them out of there. And that's going to end the turn. But before we can do that, Lamian Sister Horde is going to come in. And again, they're on Miaoying's tail. They're hunting her down like she is a fugitive. But pretty soon, Miaoying is going to turn the tables on them. Just you wait. But the Overlords of Zarduke actually end up taking the Howling Rock. Okay. I guess they were thinking 10 steps ahead of me. Or were they? Am I thinking 20 steps ahead? Is Miao Miao smarter? She is. I get the Van Braces of Yin. Not the best item in the world, but you know, I'll take it. Free item is a free item. Game is game, as they say. And I actually replaced Miaoying with this Lady Shu Yin. You might say, War God, why are you replacing Miaoying now when there's about to be a lot of battles? And I tell you, the North is more dangerous. Village and Zatan the Black are menaces. And I thought with the army I have here, I got the Sky Junk and I had plenty of archers and the Celestial Dragon Guard and the Arwars. I thought that it would be easy enough to hold this. And I ended up taking out, obviously, that other stack of little greenie boys real fast. That was a light work one. And then I see this giant zombie stack and I start duking in my pants a little bit. I'm like, okay, I didn't expect there to be this many zombies.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Seeing as I knew they were their last turn, but I saw red and I wanted to take it. I put the Van Karstein blade on that guy, get him some regen, keep him nice and healthy. And the guys I declared peace with before now are trying to attack me again, so I have to go on the counter attack with my guys. And we finally get attacked by that big vampire force. This is way too much force for this army to deal with, but I'm not gonna retreat.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Let's run it! Let's go!
Oh, listen, it's just zombies, bro. I played plenty of Plants vs. Zombies. I know how to deal with zombies. Let's see this in. Skyjunk starting off, poking down as many zombies as he can. He's just trying to get, you know, thin down the hordes before they break down my front line. My front line is hella thin. I have like a couple of Jade Warriors at best, not even any full health ones. It is very rough. I knew I needed to kill the Lords here, so I summoned out my GrandCathay summon. I put the Celestial War Compass on the direction of these guys, little Ethereal Dragon Guard. So I make sure to kill off the Lords right away. These guys need to die. If they don't die now, they're never going to die in this battlefield because I'm going to be constantly on the back foot, and that is no good for anybody. I can see the Skeleton Warriors coming on the side. Very soon they'll start bunching up, but I'm going to need to make sure all my Skyjunk ammo values really count. My Lord actually loses to his Lord, but he's just Terror, so he should come back, and he does have the Van Karstein Blade, so he should be okay, in theory. A lot of theory here, but it should be fine. We're just going to keep Dragon Breathing, Breath Attacking, that giant zombie cluster. You can see the Skyjunk about to get that juicy shots. Oh, I need to shoot it. I need to kill the Lord too. Nice volley comes down from the Celestial Dragon Crossbowman right into the Vargeist, whatever the hell his name is. I don't even know. But the ugly guy, he's going to die here. So one Lord's down. There's another one to go. And vampire counts are a lot reliant on their Lords. So if I'm able to kill them, maybe I can bring this back. But there's a lot of zombies, and you can see my entire front line's already gone. We're getting our archers dived on. I'm trying to breath attack, trying to desperately cling back whatever I can. I finally get that Lord, and their second Lord there is going down. You can see him really low, and I popped the second Lord too. I needed to get him, and I got him. Celestial Dragon General and the Shin Gung Lord, however the hell you say that, also got him. And again, we're just keep poking down the zombies with the Skyjunk. We're getting some juicy shots. That's the kind of shots I like. And yeah, we get surrounded by the zombies, but then the Celestial Dragon General decides to rout at half HP. Not even half, like a quarter HP. I was yelling some things I probably shouldn't have at him pretty loudly because I was quite angry when he routed because I needed that brother. I really did. But he ultimately decides to rout off the battlefield like a loser. And I'm just going to speed up the rest of the battle for you here. Really, it's just a lot of Skyjunk shooting, Shugun Gun breathing. And we'll see if I'm able to get this. It's entered to become the Shugun Gun and the Skyjunk. They just all blob up on the Celestial Dragon Crossbowman. And we just kind of kite them around for a long time. I just want to use up all my WOM at this point. I've accepted I've lost, but I'm going to use all my bombs, all my WOM, and then retreat off the battlefield. So hopefully next turn, because they only attack me once, I'll be fine. And they don't actually press the attack. I guess they didn't have enough movement range. And we did a lot of damage to them, more than they did to us, and we're able to counterattack them. They're running away now because they know that I'm the predator of the prey that is hiding. And we should be able to finish them off.
Hey, yo!
So what turned into a bad situation ended up pretty good for us, and we're able to just auto-resolve the rest of these armies. I don't want to see you back, little zombie boys. And the next turn hits, I want to start upgrading Nangao. I want to get some better upgrades so we can get some higher tier troops, because these peasant guys are not going to cut it. We just kind of upgrade everything. I got a lot of money for fighting off the zombies. I take out the rebels. This will just be the first step into taking them out so I don't have to deal with them anymore, so GrandCathay can be secure and I can purely focus on the north. Shu Yun, I combine her armies and the other guys' armies so that I don't have to pay as much supply lines. I attack Howling Rock. Over back in Cathay, Zhao Leng and blah 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 are attacking the final rebel settlement, and once this is done, it's gonna be gone. Miao Miao comes back there. I need Miao Miao there because I'm telling you, this northern fight is gonna be the hardest battles in this campaign. It is gonna be rough. I'm gonna be sweating. Zatanna the Black already in war with me. See, I knew it. I just knew he was gonna clear war me, so I had to send Miao Miao back there. And so does Village coming at war with me. It was inevitable. It was bound to happen. But we do have Miao Miao up there. She's got a lot of girl power, so she should be fine. And she's getting a lot better stack. Back in GrandCathay, I have better troops and units. You can see I'm getting crane gunners, getting some freaky units, getting some normal units. And we should be good here. I want to do the Slaaneshi Blade quest battle, but I just can't. There's too much stuff. And the other side, the zombies are on my back. And the north, I got Chaos Doors and I got a giant Chaos army in my front door. I can't fight the Slaaneshi battle yet because it's a super hard one.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Tons of high tier troops, so in this early game I have to make sure Miao Miao's army is up to par before I even attempt that. Dragon Gate, I canceled these because I can tell I didn't have my armies in position because I was attacking the rebels, so now they're gonna come and get me. Julong trying to get over there, but I'm almost certainly gonna get attacked by them, so that's gonna be scary. We'll see if I'm able to hold the Snake Gate. I doubt it. Back over here in the Badlands, Shay Yin attacks the zombies again. We're just trying to make sure to finish them off. We do not want to build up again. That was way too close that other time. If they played just a little bit better, I would be done. End of turn. I was expecting this Chaos Dwarfs attack. A lot of it is labors, so I thought maybe I'd be able to hold this one, and I fight the battle here. Starts it off real soon. I'm just getting the tier 2 towers because I'm purely focused on infantry here. There's not really any large stuff. I also forgot my cav like a dodo bird, and they got killed for free, so... Already things are going quite bad for me in this battlefield. I did have the summon, which could help me out. And they also sent their Veil Taurus in like a dodo brain. So I got that as like a free pick. That's always nice when the AI does that. Thank you, AI. But yeah, we take him out and we're just trying to build these 200 gold, not 2,000 gold towers. They have the most AoE splash damage to hopefully kill as many quote-unquote laborers as I can. You can kind of see I don't bunch up all my guys. You want to stay spread out so your archers can actually shoot, because I find if you play your archers too close to your front line, you're not able to shoot and things just go end up poor. Yeah, I summon out the summon there. I just want to hold for as long as I can, because they're just going to come and keep coming.
Don't stop coming and they 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 don't stop coming.
Like, I mean, you can just see here after the battle, they take so much, way more than we do. So that's fine enough. And they don't end up actually taking the settlement. I think they just sack it. Yeah, they just sack it because I got them solo. They didn't have the confidence of fighting off Shu Yun's army afterwards.
You stupid.
Village tries the same thing, but I guess his IQ is not high enough and he doesn't realize I have like easy auto resolve there, so I just take that one. Miao Miao build up her army. She got a bunch of Blicky. She got a bunch of Sticky. And her army is looking pretty strong. I definitely need more of a front line. I have 3 warriors for my front line. Definitely not ideal. But I'm going to get Miao Miao some support here. I got Zhu Lao. Got to get replaced the alchemist that I lost before. And I fight our first battle against Slaaneshi. This one is vanilla. We're just fighting Sadagyang the Dark Prince. I know I said that wrong. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. And yeah, we just skipped that. You guys probably seen that cutscene before. Basically, defend Gotrek and Felix with Miao Miao. This is like a shockingly hard battle. Normally CA quest battles aren't that hard, but this one is really hard. Because Gotrek and Felix love dying. They just love it, man. Instantly, we attack the Lord with all our cannons. We put a target on her back, because she just goes immediately for Gotrek and Felix, which obviously we're trying to protect them. So stay away. We pass a slow on her to hopefully get some more shots before she enters the fray. But I cast this. I know she has magic attack, but listen, I wanted to do whatever I could to protect Gotrek and Felix. So I get Miao Miao in there, and I'm just going to constantly heal them the entire game. Because if they're healthy with healing, then they're not dead. So that was the logic. But I really don't have a front line. You can see they're diving in. But we do have just a lot of Daka. You can see the Chariot tries to come in and immediately gets obliterated. Forsaken or Seekers coming in from the side, they also getting shot up. As the battle progresses, we take out most of their front line, but there's way more on the way. I mean, I think this battle might be endless. I didn't realize it at the time. I thought I could just hold out, but I don't think you are able to just hold out. And Meow Meow, Gotrek, and Felix are all just fighting in their little triple hero core. I keep healing them, but those are Exalted Demonettes and Witch Elves. Not what Gotrek or Felix want to be fighting. Super hyper anti-infantry, and my backline is getting stuffed. Those are Chosen, by the way. On the left there, that's Chosen, and on the back, that's also Chosen. So we are getting pushed to hell. We are in hell right now. We need to lock in and win, but it's pretty scary. I shoot at my cannons, and the cannons actually get a lot of friendly fire on Gotrek and Felix, so I was not happy about that one, but it is what it is. To win this battlefield, I am sending Meow Meow in dragon form because I acknowledge that I need to kill the Lurises in the back. If you let the Lurises in the back live, I think you just get infinite summons of demons at you. So I'm like, okay, Gotrek and Felix,
Please, I need this!
and I'm just going to send Meow Meow in there to hopefully kill the Lurises before Gotrek and Felix die. We'll see ultimately how that pans out. The Demonettes are coming in here. I'm just trying to shoot everything I can. I have no frontline at this point. It's just pure shooting. So I got to shoot them before they come on me. And you don't want them to get over there. If they get over there, I'm dead. That's no good. Meow Meow, though, is in the back. I think she's hunting out an Luris right now. But she bugs out a whole bunch in this battle and just doesn't hit the Luris. Because, I mean, W time. W attack animations. 1, 2, 3... attacks, and Meow Meow hit 0 of them. But she finally does get some hits in and does ultimately end up killing this Solaris. But while she kills the Solaris, Felix ran away luckily, and Gotrek is really low. So Meow Meow, please stop missing. Kill that Aluris. I already said you're gonna do it. Please obey. There you go. Aluris pops. And Felix is routed, which is actually good for me because if he's routed, it means he's not on the front line. So really, Gotrek is the one who is scary. But ultimately, I'm able to get both the Alurises and save the battlefield. My entire army's gone, by the way. I lost the entire army because they just had so much force, and I had no frontline. But we ultimately barely win it with just Miaoying. The entire rest of the army is dead. That is a lot of Slaaneshi force I had to deal with there, but we got it done. We only lost 4 units, you know, I'll take it. No, 5 units. I'll take it. That was a really hard one. And now we've unlocked Gotrek and Felix. And we got our first gift of Slaaneshi. This is going to start the corruption. After we accept this, we're going to get stage 1. But do we actually want to accept it? Let's read up here. That was impressive. That was impressive. As expected of the Storm Dragon, we appreciate beautiful things, and these boots would enhance your already considerable beauty. Please take them as a gesture of our respect. Several servants carefully bring up an ornate chest. Opening it, you see rich velvet caressing a pair of black boots. They exude a magical aura, and you feel yourself being drawn to put them on. Now that's very kind of them to offer us some boots like this. I would never reject a friendly gift from some former enemies turned allies. They acknowledge that Meow Meow is a queen, so we're gonna wear the boots. Very kind of them to offer them to Meow Meow. So now we're wearing the boots and we've officially entered stage 1. Things are getting just a little bit freaky. Slight freak on. This gives us an opportunity to get Miaoying an even stronger armor. I'm gonna get some infantry in there, you know, get it nice and juicy. And in the north here, they want to attack us, but we're gonna attack them back. We attack the Warhorse of Zar, attack them, run away, do a little tricky, but I don't actually run away far enough. And, well, they attack the Snake Gate, but this should be a pretty easy fight. Just auto-resolve that. But we don't end up actually retreating far enough to the gate, and they end up getting us with an attack with 2 Sondergrund forces. This was a scary battle. We're getting attacked from the front and the back. You know, the Eiffel Tower maneuver is not something I appreciate. I put on the summon on the bridge there to hopefully like hold them off. Like, he's holding back the gates, bro. He's holding back the whole army. He's a trooper. And as these guys come in, I breath attack them. I shoot them up. And I get them good. I also have a crow flying around the edges, caping a Lamasu, getting kited. I'm gonna pull back the lady right here. We dealt with the army that was coming in, and now we can do the army that was coming forward with their blunderbusses. As the Lamasu comes in, I'm just gonna turn all my guns to him and blast his brains out. And then I'm gonna send my Lord May 10 over here to go breath attack them. and we should have this battle pretty easy at this point after killing that first main army. It wasn't no big thing. They all ride off and we take that victory. Even in the times where they try to ambush me, I still get the dub. It's what you gotta do. Next turn happens, we're gonna go on the offense again. We want to take out this dirty Norscan faction. They're super annoying in the late game. They just keep getting stacks and stacks for free even when they have one settlement. So again, we hold up in the corner here. We hold them on a choke point, put down the breath attack, and we say there's a lot of force here though, so I'm getting in my second army to come in here. And we're going to say bye-bye Norsko with a giant flaming storm. There you go. Didn't even need the second army. Could have just done that with the first one. Why you make me play this, CA? Loot and occupy, Dragon's Crossroad. We're probably going to lose it, so we'll just take it for now. And then we're going to push on the vampire, try to get them. But I kind of make a mistake here, and I attack this without realizing that they're going to get dragged in because they're both at war with me. So now I'm going to fight the Chaos Lords with some hyper elite infantry as well as the zombies. This battle is going to be the closest one so far. These are Infernal Ironsworn, some of the most elite infantry in the game. Honestly, I'd probably say the most elite infantry in the game. They're super tanky. They have blasting charges. The only real AP I have are the crossbows and the Iron Hails. And there's a lot of Infernal Ironsworn, Fire Glaze, blunderbusses. Super elite stuff because it was in the caravan. So that was bad. I definitely should have attacked these separately. And then the vampire counts come on top of that. And I've got two really scary forces. My plan here, again, was kind of the same what I've been doing. Hold up in the corner, send my lower out, send out my flame tornadoes, get my little blimpy, could go fly all over the place. I actually run out of ammo with the blimp I use so much, and I'm actually going to use the little bombs on it to try to get that final little push. Because you see my entire front line is dead. I just have archers left. My lord is routing, looking really scared. There's grave guards, zombies, skeletons, everything in this vampire count army. If there's literally just like a couple more units, I would be finished. I was on running complete on just fumes, no ammo. My lord almost dead, but we barely managed to get it by sniping the lord, bombing those guys, and we take that W pretty good. They're not going to stop my gooner dreams. I am going to goon straight to the top. Take that, 4,000 gold, pretty nice. You can see for a lot of this campaign, I'm pretty broke.
Tell them to bring me my money.
So any money helps me quite a lot. But as I attack, they get a lot of their forces replenished at the Silver Pinnacle. So I'm going to actually have to retreat because, yeah, I can't deal with that. That settlement has way too much in there still. So we're just going to run away. I don't want no smoke with them. If they attack me again, I should be fine still. I killed most of them, so it should be fine. Meow Meow back up in the north. I'm going to finish her off with some... I'm going to get some Celestial Lion there. Get that little AoE debuff. And then we'll go take on the Blade of Slaaneshi battle to hopefully get that. That's a really good item. And we're going to want to get more freaky. They do end up attacking us with a full stack, which definitely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that one. But I guess we just have to fight it like a lot of other faction fights in this game. I'm just going to speed through this one though. Break down the zombies, shoot them up until they die. That's pretty much it. We kill the lord, kill the zombies. You can see it goes pretty fast. Get them. Bye-bye. And then Julong in the north with a couple of guys. We're trying to push back Village and get to his main settlement over there at the Fortress of Eyes. If we can get to that, that's pretty much going to chop Village right at the tip. He's not going to like that one, but game is game. It must be done. Chongzong Zhang is going to send over some cannons over here, give them some siege attackers for the armies, and make them a lot stronger. Meow Meow is also going to be pushing on the Chaos Lords. We, again, want to push them off. We cannot let the Northern Bastion fall. The Northern Bastion falls are going to pour into GrandCathay, and everything is going to go to Shiesty. Continuing to upgrade all my settlements, I want to make sure we are looking nice and good for the future. You don't want to spend all your money and then end up broke and sad when everybody's attacking with full stacks, and we end the turn. We get attacked by a big Kastorf army. Now, a lot of this army is trash, though. Like, what? There's a couple of, like, trains, bull horses, and Infernal Guard. But for the most part, this is a pretty trash army. But I still don't think we have enough forces yet to quite get it. So I retreat Miaoying, and I'm going to get ready to counterattack them real soon. Lokir declares war on me. Screw you too, buddy. Screw you too. But we got bigger fish to fry. Because back in the Blasted Lands, we get attacked by another Vampire Count force here. We beat them, though, and we take the settlement. Boom, moving on to the next turn. It's at turn 31, and we finally got our first little dilemma. So I'll explain to you what exactly is happening here in a concise way. So basically, boom, Miaoying is she's having a rough day. Cathay, there's so much to manage, and she's real tired. And then all of a sudden, the doors burst open, and this pink lady called the Emissary pulls up, and she says, Meow Meow, oh, do I have an offer for you, Meow Meow. I know you've got those boots, and and you're just having such a hard time, so I'm gonna help you out. I have so much kindness in my heart, Meow Meow, so I'd like to join you as an advisor and help you be better, get better, and dream sweet dreams and feel more relaxed. In a very kind way. Miaoying at first is a little hesitant, judging by this pink lady. Maybe she has something to do with Slaaneshi, they're not the most trustworthy, but she came with such kindness into Miaoying's court, so of course she's gonna accept her. I'm sure this pink lady has nothing mischievous planned, and she accepts the pink lady into her court, and she starts helping around GrandCathay, slowly getting closer to Miaoying. Meow Meow now is gonna attack that huge Castor force. Now there's a lot there. There's like 1 full stack over there. Looks like it's 3 full stacks with the garrison included, so that's pretty not nice. But I get Meow Meow kitted out, and I attack these armies because I believe in the power that is Meow Meow. It ends up actually being pretty easy because it's a settlement, because CA has really good settlement logic. Yes, yes, yes. I take Meow Meow, Gotrek, and Felix, and I just kind of blob them up and lay them down with some crane gunner fire, some cannon fire, and some claws. You can see here, I just finish off, I attack them, bring in my final bit of forces, and I just gun down the last little bit of the Castor resistance. Kind of anticlimactic, but hopefully CA can fix this kind of thing so it doesn't end up being so easy in the future. But we just have overwhelming firepower and they're not able to do nothing. Meow Meow, Gotrek, Felix is quite a killer duo. Or I guess a killer trio. The other army is not really a threat. It's filled with just hobgoblins and laborers. I ain't worried about all that. And we're also pushing over with 2 armies on the right here to try to get to the Fortress of Eyes. We need to finish off villagers. He's going to attack us for the entire campaign. And I ain't really trying to deal with all that. So we're going to continue pushing on them. We got 2 more Celestial Lions buffing up our little armies. We're getting ready to make a large assault on the Red Fortress. I thought it was called the Fortress of Ice. It's apparently called the Red Fortress, but you see. Back in the Darklands, again, I'm just recruiting up armies. I'm trying to get power amassing. We're probably going to go broke, though, because it's going to cost a lot. But I don't want to have to deal with Ungrim, though. So, you know, I trade him the Silver Pinnacle for a military alliance. And hopefully they'll keep my back off of some of these Nade dwellers who will try to attack me. Keep me nice and healthy. Accept that trade deal. Julong and Meitan finally on the next turn are going to attack the Red Fortress. But as I attack it, I did not expect the level of force here. You can see I'm mostly rocking like peasants and Jade crossbowmen and warriors. Not necessarily the strongest stack. But this Fortress of Ice stack is insane. They got Chosen, Harry the Hammer, Gorby's Chariots. Not what I want to be dealing with. And this is going to be a hard one. I really didn't know if it was actually going to be possible to win this fight. But I was sure going to give it my dangest. And they attack us at the Fortress of Eyes as I'm besieging them. And they have some elite stuff. Chosen, Chaos Warriors, Gorbies, Harry the Hammer. I was not expecting this level of resistance. And you know what I have. It's not a lot. We instantly come in the battlefield. And it's not a great position for us. We're kind of held up in this little hidey hole is where my army spawns. So I'm just going to have to bunker down here. Get on my infantry and try to hold them back for as long as I can. And hopefully with just enough mass of peasant fire, we can win this. That's a big hope, but we'll just have to see. We got a Celestial Lion. We got a lot of Lords. Maybe we can get this done. The Gorby Chariots coming there, but again, we just cannon shoot them down, blast them down. And we get my big old flame tornado. And we get a big old flame tornado on a huge amount of the forces. But they're Chosen. They just ate it and they do not care. You can see just so much, like, just oomph and power. You can see that it's just a bunch of Chaos Warrior mass just walking at me slowly. And the warriors and the peasants, they're not really suited for this fight. They don't want that smoke at all. And as they come over here,
Coming and they don't stop 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 coming.
we didn't hold as long as I thought we would be able to. Just the Chaos Warriors, Chosen, and Gorbies were so good at breaking down the front line, and these archers did not have enough time to shoot that they would like. So, with the final little Pink Volley and Harry the Hammer Storm coming in, we lose this battle. RIP. But we went down fighting, and I retreated, so I didn't take as much losses as maybe I would have otherwise. Gotta know when to cut your losses. And we go on to the next turn. I end up getting Saying because I've been recruiting Jade Lions and Jet Lions this whole time. So we have unlocked Saying at this point. He's going to be a big help. For this, you pretty much always get the Archer one. You never get the melee. Why would you ever want the Stinky Lions to get a buff when you can have all your Archers get buffed? But we got Saying. We're not going to put it in Meow Meow's army because Meow Meow doesn't actually use a lot of Archers. She uses a lot of Crane Gunners, which Saying does not buff. we're going to send him to the other army to hopefully reinforce it, make it stronger. And as we push on Bloodwind Keep, I finally feel like it's time we can face the fight for the Slaaneshi Blade. This is a really hard battle. We start off the battle, we instantly go into the corner. Slaaneshi going to try to come at us hard and fast, as they always do. More troops, it's a trap. Yes, more come out. I was aware of this. Like I said, I've lost this campaign once before, but that did not make it really any easier. They come over, they have Chosen. Soul Grinder comes into the front line. I try to burst it down as fast as I can, but the line of sight was really messing me up, and they instantly just kind of run past it. Some Forsakens, for some Chariots, some Chosen, they all attack the front line. And again, I only have 4 warriors to actually fight that frontline fight. So if they go, everything else is just range and they're able to just run through me. Keeper of Secret tried to get on Felix. He should be fine there. He is a legendary hero after all, you know. Feeling pretty legendary. Pop his buffs, try to fight that off. And I switched my cannons on it too. Get rid of the single entities, didn't deal with infantry. Oh, but the light of sight, I don't know what's wrong with this map or something. We're just not able to shoot at anything and it's really rough. Meow, I tried to stop them with Meow, but it doesn't end up working out as well as I would like. They're just constantly beating down our front door. The Iron Hails are shooting in. The Jade Warriors are holding. They're getting their Harmony buffs. They're getting a lot of buffs, but oh, it's just a lot. The Celestial Lion is doing whatever he can. He dives on the Soul Grinder to try to peel it off, but my front line completely collapses. My back line completely collapses, and it's quickly just becoming the single entities versus this. And Miaoying is pretty strong at this point, and she does have Felix and Gotrek, so she should be fine. But I guess we kind of half lost because we did lose pretty much our actual army. But you know, Meow, she's a queen. So, I ended just fast forwarding this. I put Meow in dragon form. Gotrek and Felix start kiting. Felix dies, but whatever. He was not really that important anyways. But it gets really close. It's pretty much just Meow again. And she ends up heal capping, but we end up winning it just barely, getting that Pyrrhic victory. We lose Felix, we lose a couple infantry, but the Slaaneshi Blades are a really good item, so it's worth getting it. And we get the next step in our corruption. We see that there has been a comfortable marriage between you and our gift. Perhaps you'd be interested in enchanting it further. Since it's attuned to your body now, it is possible to make it more powerful. Of course, as an extension of Slaaneshi's favor to you, we would enchant it as another gift. So kind of them. The kindness, I can feel it inside of me. Seeing that you haven't rejected their offer, they continue with a confident smile. Our enchanters are ready, pointing to rogue, eager-looking demons. Our methods may be foreign to native Cathay. There are enough of them that stamina will not be an issue. I'm not sure what stamina has to do with this. But listen, they're offering me, out of kindness, to enchant my boots. You have to say yes. You can't reject kindness. You know, we gotta spread more kindness in the world, so we're gonna enchant the boots and not reject it. Sounds like a good plan to me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Slaaneshi's Blade. It's the one from the Realms of Chaos campaign, Unbreakable, really strong. Nice. And we see we got a bunch of new things for unlocking that stage 2 transformation. And the aura of Lishentitioners. Whatever the hell that is. But it basically gives minus 10 melee attack to allies and enemies. After taking down the vampire counts, Shu Yun continues forth, and she's trying to go to Katerin. We finally meet up with her. We're going to get some trade deals with her and be the best of homies. And you can see we're finally able to start recruiting some of those Slaaneshi units. In the settlements, you can either have a GrandCathay settlement or a Slaaneshi one. I'm getting some of those freaky units, and they have special abilities. This Peasant Archer here, whenever it shoots people, it provides a small debuff to melee attack and defense, but it does way less damage, and it also reduces leadership by a little bit. So they're just kind of like the normal GrandCathay units, but with a little bit of tinge of the bubblegum pink on them. And we get our next event here. And I'll just describe what happens next. So the pink lady is very thankful to Miaoying. So she gets on her knees and she says, "Praise be to Mommy Miaoying. She is a queen. She is amazing. And I want to help you out, Meow, and be your #1 supporter." And that is just so kind of her. The pink lady is just oh so thankful to Miaoying for recruiting her. And she is like, "Thank you, Meow. Thank you. You're amazing." And Meow says, "No problem, fam." And we accomplish and we get the emissary. The emissary is a very strong legendary hero. Or maybe not very strong, but she's out here. She's got 2 forms. She's got the little lady form and the big, the tree branch form. You'll see the tree branch form in a little bit, but you can see this is a model for emissary. Looking pretty cool. She's got that Assassin's Creed hood on, and of course, she's bubblegum pink. Her skill line, she has like a mixture of like a Slaaneshi caster and like a buff Cathay guy. It's kind of weird. She has some summons. She has a flash bomb. She has the red skill line of like a lord on her. and just like a bunch of little stuff. And her passive is that all the demonettes, which you can get in this mod, gets Terrific Must. She gets incomes from all buildings faction wide, and Meow's melee attack is plus 20% while she's in the army. So you definitely gonna want to keep the emissary with Meow Meow, but I do not do that. I have to send Meow Meow somewhere else because she's got a plan, she got a mission. But she's immortal, she's basically a legendary lord. Very cool character, I love her character design. She's not super OP from the battles I've played, but she's definitely pretty good. She has grand tactics, just a bunch of like little things. Like she's basically a buffer slash melee combatant. I think she's mainly meant to be a buffer though. She can do summon, she got the AoE buffs, buff the army, buff. But she does have her second form, and when she goes in that form, she gets more weapon strength and just becomes a lot stronger in melee. So she's kind of like a hybrid guy. Pretty sick. And you can see the Blushing Moon Cult progresses stage 2. And we're going to be able to get some of those new researches. We're going to get the Pink Warstone Alchemy. Hopefully it's not like that Pink Kryptonite, or things can get really weird pretty dang fast over here in GrandCathay. And we're just going to move on to the next turn. Loki here, he wants some beef with GrandCathay. He's coming and attacking my armies, but I actually ambush him here. You can see their ambush. He goes right out of the range, but the second army comes in here and gotcha! Discovered him. Pyrrhic victory. But, you know, we only lose 3 peasants. Who cares about the peasants? They are chaff. So we'll probably just auto-resolve there. Just make sure that they get got. It's in the home turf, so we'll get most of their replenishment back anyways. Very good play for us. Ambushing AI. Always a sure way to get that victory royale. So now they're just having one strong army left there. Hopefully we can get a next turn as well. And really hamper down Loki. And who is this guy? How? This is Village's army that's been in the north this entire time. I have no clue how he got down here. But he is gonna be so annoying to deal with. I have no armies in the area. You're gonna have to recruit a whole dang new army just to get that guy. And he's got like a decent army too, so I have to recruit a lot. You stinky village loser. I'm gonna chop your brother up, and I'm gonna chop you up too, buddy. Meow Meow's gonna take you out. But for now, we're just passing through the turns. You can see that Norscan army coming in. He's probably gonna take the Dragon Crossroads. Is he? Yeah, you can take that. That's fine. It's red territory. We don't even need it. We don't even need it. And I guess, I don't know, he just sacks it? Okay, buddy. Yeah, make up your mind. And we move on to the next turn. Another one of these events. That auto-resolve. Light work. I just auto-resolve most of these. I cut out most of them, but you know, some I left in here to show you. I am doing the caravans. Faction destroyed, you might have seen there. So Nakari is dead, and that means there's one less person for us to trade with, making this campaign harder. The real problem with this campaign is that all the Slaaneshi factions have like terrible like AI statistics, like compared to the other AI. They always get wiped out super early, so it's hard to really get those trade deals or even fight them because they're so dang far away. Azazel's off and who knows where, and Akari's off and who knows where. Sigvald's where Azazel is. They're just so far away. We do get a good ambush here. Not an ambush, but attack on village. We wiped that whole thing out. Again, we don't care about peasants. We can recruit peasant on peasant on peasant, and I don't want to spend all day fighting little chaos incursions. Meow Meow does take a lot of damage now, so she is going to have to, you know, get a little bit of retreat and get her health back. But on the other side, we're going to go and attack this army that was left lacking. With 3 armies, he's probably going to run away. There's no way he's going to want the smoke. Yeah, he's running away, but he ain't gonna get very far. We're gonna track him down, get him down, beat him down. Meow Meow's the strongest. And as we get freakier, I'm not gonna lie, the army gets a lot stronger. Not crazy stronger, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. A lot of hard battles, but luckily with some good tactics, we're able to break that guy down. Some of my cats are almost dead, but it's fine. And then we're gonna move on to the city of Shugungun and take back our settlement. Never take from GrandCathay. You're gonna get... You will regret it. You can see we're rocking pretty strong armies. Lots of cav. I love Jade Lancers. I think Jade Lancers are slept on. Pretty good in your armies. I recommend you take them. They're high mobility, high micro, but they pay off if you know how to micro. Next term starts. We get the Frostworm Skull from one of our caravans. But the main thing we're going to do here is attack the Red Fortress. We really want to wipe out Village. We should be fine with Meow Meow to break the settlement down. We can see the emissary here. We are going to turn her into her demon form right away because we don't have any, you know, spells or anything I want to cast on her. So go demon mode. We'll see that she actually has 2 people. I'm not actually sure if that's a bug or not, to be honest. I think she is meant to have 2 because there's 2 emissaries that came and offered Meow Meow help. But they kind of like combine like Dragon Ball Z into one. They turn into the monster. Now, I assure you that this sensor bar is very much needed. The monster, she is definitely a monster in all sense of the words. But she's got like a whip, lots of weapon strength, very scary. You do not want to mess with the emissary. You can also transfer her back into her little human form if you want, but I'll keep her in the big dragon form, not dragon, demon form, just to, you know, break down these little chaos guys. Them and Gotrek, and Meow Meow should be able to beat this whole thing by themselves, to be honest. I don't really see it being trouble. You can see I'm just shooting up the wall, shooting it with cannons. We're gonna break this cheese down really fast. And we break down the Lord, we kill him, and the whole settlement routes, and we take that. Very nice. Loot and occupy, loot and occupy. Gotta get that money. We take that, we capture that, and the Red Fortress is ours. This should hamper Village a lot. At least that's what I thought. Now we're gonna start recruiting some of these freaky buildings. They have similar stats to the normal GrandCathay ones, but we can create new freaky units. They provide Slaaneshi corruption, and they provide a little bit different. Like this one has growth rate. This is the main one I get. Growth rate, replenishment rate. I want to make sure we get that good girthy GrandCathay economy, so I'm gonna recruit a lot of those. Clan wreck this goes here. You can see they're getting really massing huge numbers. I'm glad I got that ally with with Ungrim Iron Fist so that he can take them out. But we're just going to continue pressing down on the Dark Elves. We kind of put a really big hamper in their plan, taking out those 2 super elite armies. So we should be good on just to keep pressing on them. Stinky Village, again, he runs away from me. He doesn't want smoke with that big army I recruited. He's probably just going to harass me for the rest of the game. Thank you, Village. Very kind of you. I have so much joy in my heart and a big old smile. Okay, looks like we got the next Slaaneshi event. You know I like these. So basically, Miaoying, you know, she's been working so hard, right? She's had a long day and she's tired. So the emissary, being such a kind bubblegum pink lady, offers to give Miaoying a massage. A very wholesome one, you know, relax the muscles. So Meow Meow lays down and she's laying there and, you know, she's enjoying the massage. But all of a sudden, it's almost like a ghost. A specter comes out and she can feel more hands. Is there hands? Is there not hands? Miaoying never knows because by the time she opens her eyes, it's just the emissary. We don't know. But the Meow Meow is very thankful to the emissary for this massage, and now she feels very relaxed and way more energy, feeling much stronger. Such a kind lady. We love spreading kindness in GrandCathay. Thank you for the massage, bubblegum pink lady. After that event ends, I decide to go keep on pushing on the Dark Elves to get them out of GrandCathay. Only Cathayans allowed in here. Yes, take Bal Chow. Take it. Take it. Auto-resolve that. I don't want to fight all that. We're gonna lose like what, a couple? We don't even lose anyway. Great, easy claps. We get the Dark Elves out of our land. Stinky. This is a Cathayan only, and we get the Helm of Drysko. Ooh, if we can get that on Miaoying and get her to get that Helm of Drysko ability, she is gonna be cracked by the end of the campaign. Hopefully that's what happens, but I guess we'll just have to see. I click on Meow Meow and instantly, of course, I'm gonna give the Helm of Dryska. Now, War God's RNG is known to be quite dookie muncher, but I'm sure it'll be fine. You can see we have a chance of dying, but I assume because she's a legendary hero, she can't actually die, she'll just get wounded. So she's definitely who I want. And Village attacks me with his stack. I don't think I'm going to make it out of this one. This looks like a rough battle. They have a lot of force. We do have a good amount of Daka, but I don't really have anything to hold the front line, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Instantly in the battle, we go triple speed. As he attacks us, he tries to get through that front line. He butchers through the peasant spearman. It's not going very good. I cast down Searing Doom, and I can tell I'm not going to win this one pretty fast, so I just kind of retreat. And then we can attack him later to hopefully get better things. I try to snipe Village with Gotrek at the end here, just to kind of like, screw you, Village. But yeah, Gotrek, he's not as strong as in the books, clearly, and he actually loses to Village. Because I retreated all my forces before I lost too much, I should be able to retreat, gain my forces back, and counterattack him. So I should be okay, hopefully. We did lose like a good chunk, we lost 3 units, but I go in ambush stance, go back to my lands, and I recruit the Green Guardian. Hopefully this will be enough. The Village is probably going to attack me again, but if this is enough, we can beat him, maybe. We go in ahead, finish the last main Dark Elf settlement. They got a couple more, but they're just like minor settlements, scrappy. Lokir's never coming back in this game, and we get another event. It seems like there's a special Slaaneshi trinket that we got for destroying the final Dark Elf. That's pretty cool. It looks like it was a cursed object though, and now Meow Meow has some ghosts that are haunting her. Poor Meow Meow. And she gets taken to another land as she passes out. She gets taken to the freak zone, and you know, she's fighting off a bunch of demons. Ka-chow, ka-chow, but Meow Meow does not win. And that's what happened. That's all that happens, trust me. But she gains another trait here, which seems to be nerfing her. That's RIP Meow Meow, the Brazier of Dreams. She eventually wakes up though, and is all okay. W Meow Meow, never backing down, never giving up. Nick A30 would be proud of you, Meow Meow. We do actually level up the Mistress Servant item from completing that event, so that's pretty good. I'm not sure what it does exactly. I think it just buffs the, 12 20% campaign, 30 movement range. That's pretty strong. We don't have to worry about the negative effects following the Lord. I'm sure Meow Meow will be just fine. And you can see we finally have access to this new menu. Basically, it's like the Warband upgrade system for Walk, but I can use it to turn my normal GrandCathay in troops into like the Freak version. So you can see here, I'm turning my Spearmen into these dual-wielding ladies. And you can see my Iron Hails are not leveled up enough quite yet. I gotta get to the stage before I can get that. But it's a pretty cool system. And it's going to help me increase the strength of my armies, because I clearly need it. I'm out here losing battles, and a War God, he doesn't do that. I don't take losses, so I'm locking in. The dual weapon ladies are kind of what they say on the paper, the anti-infantry, and I already told you about the archers earlier. Skaven are continuing to beat down the dwarves, but hey, as long as they're not bothering me, I'm fine with it. Who said I was fair? Who said I was good ally? You can see back in the north here, we have Mei Tan, I think is her name, who I'm going to be putting Meow Meow in there pretty soon, because I'm going to want Attack Azazel. Spoilers, that's Meow Meow's plan. Once we beat a special quest battle, we need to then beat Azazel again. So we got to beat Azazel down 2 times. Before I can do that, Village attacks me. There he is with his whole army. Close to defeat this time, even worse than last time, and it's definitely going to get rough. We have 2 melee troops as our front line. I try to retreat, and it looks like we actually make that retreat and we're able to escape him. But I think we can actually win that one despite it looking pretty rough, and I'm going to continue pressing on him. I got a pretty cool caravan event here. I'm going to get blend by in, get some riches, money, 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 and we get the next stage of corruption, sealing the deal. This is going to take us to the next freaky stage. We got this from our trade deals with Slaaneshi. So here basically they come back to Meow Meow and they say, okay, Meow Meow, we're going to give you the upgrade, the Chug Jug, and you're going to get a lot stronger, but you're going to have to get sealed with this sticker. And you're going to have to wear this sticker to give you powers. It's like a little power-up. So Meow Meow says, I'm not sure about this one, but you know, they end up convincing her, and of course we're going to get the seal. They're clearly doing it just to be kind, give Meow Meow more power to protect GrandCathay. You know, I'm starting to think that these pink people might have alternative motives, but nah, I'll take it. Seal it. I want the upgrade. And we're going to go on to the next freaky stage of Miaoying's progression.
Oh my god. I'm about to blow.
And Meow Meow is, you know, she's coming around to the idea that maybe the pink people aren't bad, but I'm not sure about this, Meow Meow. Make sure you watch out for them. But here we got a bunch of new things, and we get a lot of debuffs this time. Minus 60% speed, minus 15 melee defense, and aura of degradation, minus 5 leadership for uncorrupted Cathayan units, more upkeep. So I'm going to want to switch as many units as I can at this point to the corrupted versions, because the corrupted versions will have more leadership and obviously more upkeep. For buffs, she gets a ward save, which is pretty cool, some armor, and alliance with Slaaneshi factions. I'm sure that's, you know, just to help out Meow Meow. So I think overall it's definitely a nerf for now, but it should get a lot better later on. You can see the order of degradation is basically, so allies get minus 15 melee attack near Meow Meow, but also enemies, it turns her into a Mortis Engine, which Mortis Engines are really strong, so held up. Maybe it is a buff. Mortis Engines are pretty dang strong, and 12 to 24 is like a mid-tier Mortis Engine. Pretty good. Thank you, Slaaneshi guys. Thanks, and I'll show you Meow Meow's new form pretty soon. But for now, we gotta peel off these stinky village in my lands, stinky dark elves in my land. We need to make this wholesome GrandCathay Empire so that we can rule and become the freakiest empire in the world. So the Gunnar dream will live forever. Here we see I'm actually gonna counterattack village. You know, I thought I had this. I thought it was gonna be light work. I got the green giant, bro. He's green and he's big. It should be easy. I get my lord Jian Bao. He's got the Von Karstein blade, so he's gonna have regen. We got the emissary. You already know she's got that tree branch on her, so she should be able to chop down a lot of dudes. At the start of the battle, I go instantly try to snipe village with my lord. I give him all the buffs, but it honestly doesn't really work out that well. Village doesn't take that much damage, and my lord ends up taking some heavy heat from this giant, smacking him down with my club. And that, oh my gosh, the blue fire is destroying my caster. That's my only one here. The emissary doesn't have any spells. So yeah, so I lose my caster. I do get a nasty final trans down before I leave, but ultimately at the start of the battle, I've already lost my caster. At least she's routing, and my lord's also terror routing at half HP. He does have regen, so I'll get a lot of the HP back, but that is definitely not what you want to be seeing in the early game. I do have the summon, which would help me out here, and I do have a lot of Daka. My front line is just so thin, and we instantly start the battle here. They're coming in there. I'm not going to play the voice line again with the they keep coming, but that's basically what's happening here. It's just a hordes of them. I spawn down the summon immediately. I need to clog up that gap. I just need to hope that my volume fire is enough that I can kill them all before they can get to me. But it's not looking too hopeful so far. The cannons are shooting into the dogs, but they get onto the crane gunner right away. Beat it down. I go to try to attack village. It still doesn't work out. He casts a blue fire. I think he's just attacking some of my crane gunners. You can see I already lost most of my crane gunners. They really broke through my front line fast. He also did the tier 3 army ability, like absolutely obliterating them. So yeah, things are pretty dang rough. My last bastion of strength, I got 2 cannons which are going to get shut down really soon. An archer, green giant, the emissary, and my lord. Village is a lot stronger than me right now, and he has both himself, the giant, and I think aspiring champions too. So I honestly thought it was over at this point, but it wasn't enough to where I wanted to retreat all my units off the battlefield. I thought maybe. I do end up actually getting that village knight finally. Finally, he doesn't even have AP. I don't know why that was so hard, Jen Bao. But we get him. The emissary over here, she has her demon summon. I unlocked that for leveling her up, and we're going to hit this. And we're going to hit the giant with that double bang, bang, bang maneuver from the front and the back. Hopefully, we can knock him down, and we should be able to win the battle. Hopefully, there's still a lot of forces. The trolls are coming back. They do have the cheats, but they're still trolls, so they should just rout. And in the late game here, we got the green giant, my lord, and the emissary holding down the fortress, and they should be able to barely scrape by a win. My lord is heal capped, the green giant is super low, the emissary is super low. It was a super close one. I probably shouldn't have taken this fight, but we end up winning it and taking out village. The thing is, we take him out, but we definitely don't even have close to amount of force to actually push on the, what is that, Bloodwind Keep? So it's not really all sunshine and roses, but we got him. We beat him down. We got that defeat trait. It's a pretty good one, and we can recruit more freaky units now. Starting off at the exact area we were at last time, Miaoying's in stage 3, but we're gonna need a lot more stages to fully beat this campaign. I'm a certified grinder, but you know who else is a certified grinder? Min Fan, because she's trying to rob from me, Miaoying, and give them to the Slaaneshi forces. No, that's my stuff, and on top of that, the Slaaneshi forces are betraying Min Fan. So now we have to save her after she robbed us. But Mommy Miaoying and War God are so kind. We have to save her. Because I heard if you get caught by those Slaaneshi guys, they'll make you bend over and spell run.
So touch your toes. Now spell run 3 times.
Oh, you in. Oh, you in. Oh, you. Hold up, man. What the?
Which is pretty damn sus. Starting off the battlefield, we got a little bit of a cinematic. Pretty cool. There's no audio here. But, you know, Min Fan, she doesn't know the enormity of her crime. But maybe her retainers are on the way pods. Yes, Meow Meows, we have to save them. We cannot let them fall into the hands of the demons. We do not want them to spell run. We need to save them now. Miaoying, I choose you. And you need to rescue Min Fan right away, because she's getting attacked by that Cast Lord. And Min Fan is a little bit of a lightweight. She's very, very easy to die in this quest battle. I think I've had her die probably like 3 times by now. So, Miaoying, you better get on the case right away as I reform my lines. Because there's a cav flank ready at my backside, and we do not like that. It actually comes a lot faster than I was expecting. So, my lines are really disorganized now. I'm going to have to reformat really fast. I'm getting my summon out here too, the ethereal guys. They should be good at poking down the cav, hopefully. Miaoying finally did read where Min Fan is at as well. Hopefully provide some support, big towns in the night. Just keep her alive, keep any strong single entities off of her. You can see though, I'm getting really overwhelmed with my guns. They have like no line of sight to shoot, so I'm going to need to reformat them. Hopefully just my swordmen can pull off all this cav. It is AI, so they're pretty stupid. But when they have that many, it becomes a long day. We are kind of getting back in the saver position now, so that's good, but it looks like Azazel's coming in for the reinforcement RKO. This can get dangerous really fast. We're gonna have to wait 5 minutes and hold out for the Imperial Wardens to help us out, because I don't think these Slaaneshi forces are gonna stop. There's another cav rush, more Furies, Azazel, and I think there's a big wave waiting for us at the end, so if we want to win this, we're really gonna need to lock in. What do you think about this quest battle, Miaoying?
I have no interest in such trivial battles. How about a more pleasurable diversion, my lovers? You release your city off the top of the bastion's walls, and I shall stand below to catch it in my mouth.
What the hell did you just say, Miaoying? I'm not sure that was relevant to the topic at hand, Miaoying, okay? We're playing a quest battle here, and we need to save Min Fan. You need to probably get your priorities straight, okay? I must have just misheard that. Miaoying clearly wants to save Min Fan, and she's very invested in the battles. You can see a big Fury push comes in our back line here. Basically, our guns are not shut down yet, but they're getting overwhelmed quite a lot. There's chariots, war shrines, Azazel. They're all over the place. Hopefully, Miaoying can snipe Azazel, because she should be a lot better than him.
I'm better. I am better.
But it looks like he's avoiding her. He knows that Meow Meow's got the smoke for his ass. We'll just continue to shoot in with my blimp, shoot it with my guns, and just try to peel off as much Slaaneshi forces as we can, all while keeping Minfan alive. A task much easier said than actually done. I have the Nangal grenades too, a brand new unit released in the latest patch. They stink, and I take them a lot in this campaign, and they never fail to disappoint me. Good job, CA, with the brand new units. Azazel runs away from Miaoying. What a poop deal, man. Come on, you need to stay and fight, bro. But we do finally peel off. It looks like the majority of the Cav force, now just some Demonettes and some Spawn, so that's pretty good. We did take a heavy hit though. Pretty much all our front line is at half HP. A lot of our guns are low. Minfan is really low, so she's getting circle beaten by Spawn. That's not too good, not too good at all. And okay, there was a lot of Slaaneshi forces. We might be having to spell run here really fast, guys, if we don't lock in. There's approximately 3 minutes left. So yeah, we're gonna need to lock in. I sent Meow Meow back at the human form to start healing up Minfan. She's getting really low, so just healing her up, heal capping her. Best I can do for her at the current stage. But ultimately, they overwhelm us. There's way too much Slaaneshi force here. And we were already thin, so I just pull back my guys while it's good. I don't want to lose my entire army here. And I'm just going to try to hold out till that 5 minutes is up. Meow Meow, keep healing. Sky Blimp, keep shooting. But what's this message we get? My emissary, our relief force, has been ambushed and delayed. I'm sorry we failed you. How could you ever fail Mommy Meow? You could never fail her. And it looks like it's all going black. We're getting blacked right now. It's not good. But we should have won, right? I mean, I did keep Minfan alive. I did my job. But let's see what exactly happens eventually. Close victory, because, you know, I won it. Maybe if the narrative says I didn't win it, but, you know, I won. That was a lot of Slaaneshi force. Damn, that was a lot of Slaaneshi force. Golly, man. Okay. Well, Mommy Miaoying, we carried it out. And we do complete the quest battle. Okay, there we go. We rescued Shinfan. Nobody will be having to spell run today. Good, because you need to never spell run. If they ever ask you that question, always say no. This is top 10 tips that will save your life with War Guide. Cha-ching! And with that, we progress to the next stage. Nothing is sacred. Basically, the Slaaneshi emissaries, they got a new gift for Meow Meow. They got the brand new iPhone 16, 17, 18 Pro Max Deluxe Edition, and it's metal. And Miaoying attaches it to her brain, and it makes her a lot smarter with the brand new Apple Intelligence AI. And that's gonna make Meow Meow connect to the 5G network and get the signal straight into her body. She got some metal like antennas sticking out of her, and now she's gonna be able to connect to the magic of Slaaneshi and be so much stronger. Good job, Meow Meow. Love to see a girl boss. Now that we got that done, let's see how the actual result of our battle with Azazel went. It's a big fight. Azazel v Miaoying, GrandCathay and Slaaneshi clash, and there's heavy losses on both sides. But GrandCathay was counting on reinforcements that ultimately didn't come. They got ambushed by another Slaaneshi force, so they kind of had this planned out. Miaoying might have fallen into a bit of a trap here. So now Miaoying and the GrandCathay forces are quartered off, and Miaoying stays behind to fight off the Slaaneshi forces as the rest of her army makes a retreat, hopefully find some other support in GrandCathay somewhere, and come back to save Meow Meow. But for now, it's not looking good for her. Demons fall by the hundreds, the thousands, the millions! Because Mommy Meow Meow is the most powerful dragon of them all. I'm not biased. But eventually she just ground down, and the demons do put down Meow Meow, and she gets captured by the Slaaneshi demons and Azazel. Oh, I fear for Meow Meow. But I'm sure my glorious queen can turn the tides on them. She's got this. They take Meow Meow, and they take her to a different place, where there's a lot of bubblegum pink in the air. Meow Meow is very angry at this. She slaps Azazel in the face.
You disgust me, fiend. I shall enjoy cutting your rot from this world.
Good. How delectable.
It seems that Azazel is trying to practice his level 1 million Riz technique, but it's not working on Mommy Miaoying, and she's getting pretty pissed off at him at this point. So Miaoying goes for one final last gamble to hopefully escape out of the Slaaneshi captives, but she can get Azazel and threaten him. Maybe she can just escape her precarious predicament. It ultimately doesn't work. She's running way too low on magic. She tries to shoot a thunderbolt and goes bzzz, and it fizzles out, and it doesn't work. And Azazel comes in for the RKO. He seems to be trying a unconventional technique, I'll call it that. But it's not all hopeless, because Miaoying has done so much damage to the demon forces. They're running super low on magic, what they need to sustain themselves in the mortal realm. Demons are just dropping like flies, randomly just disappearing from the mortal planes. So as long as Miaoying can hold out, she should be okay. Azazel is trying to take Miaoying's magic to fuel them, but she's not really going to let that fly, and she's fighting with everything she can.
Submit to me. I have such wonderful plans.
Your vision for perversion is limited and tedious.
Ooh,
I see what burns inside you. Let me fan the flame.
I will not play your games. Why don't you take out that anger on my ass?
Yo, Miaoying gotta cook this Azazel, bro. That brother got mogged. And then we get some really good news. GrandCathay reinforcements are coming to save Miaoying. But before they get there, Azazel leaves one last final gift. He bites her with his double twin snake tail and gives her that Azazel venom. And this venom is completely sapping all of Miaoying's magic. And it's not going good for her. She's really on the ropes.
Come to me. Be my champion, my vassal, my new toy.
But luckily, just in time, the GrandCathay forces come and they save Miaoying, but she has been infected with Azazel's venom.
That snake. I must find a way to rid myself of this cursed venom.
She's gonna have to figure out a way to deal with this, or things are gonna get worse and worse and worse. By the end, we may not even recognize the Storm Dragon anymore. So, I, War God, will prevent that from happening, because you know, I would never let my glorious King Miaoying fall to this freaky, sneaky, leaky, and pinky monkey. Double snake wearing, pink eye having, ugly ass assassin. While we do get some debuffs with Azazel's venom, minus 100 magic reserve per turn, we do get a lot of buffs as well. But the main one, of course, is from us progressing through the freaky stages, and now we're on stage 4. Basically, minus melee defense, minus weapon strength, but she gains mass ward save and HP points. She also gains a new special ability where she can give herself healing. She heals herself, but if there's enemies near her, they also get healed. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, so she needs to pull out of combat to pop that. And those are the main things. So we are going to have to make a decision now. Are we going to destroy Azazel, or are we going to ally with Azazel? And I don't know what will happen there. But you know what? Meow Meow is mine, and mine alone, Azazel. You will not be getting anywhere near him, because I know what your kind do. So I'm going to destroy Azazel for sure. There ain't no way in hell I'm allying with that brother. You saw him when he did that wrist maneuver? That was not okay, bro. He needs to be disciplined, and Miaoying is the woman for the job. And the secondary objective we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take over the Writhing Fortress. That is Archeon's starting settlement. So we're going to have to go travel all the way to Archeon, then all the way to Azazel, all the way in Kislev, and defeat them both to progress the stages and become more powerful, question mark? I don't know, we'll have to see. Here we can see the brand new Miaoying model. Listen, just trust War God. You can trust in War God. This model is fire. Magnifico. Okay? It's just good. It's just good. She's a lot more strong and independent now. And you know what? That's all I ever wanted from Miaoying. Because you know, War God always spreads kindness. That's just how I do it. And look at that. Next turn passes and we got Minfan in custody. What? How should we discipline her? Or should we even discipline her? I don't know. She did rob us, but listen, she repented. She's sorry. She said, it was a temporary lapse in judgment. I didn't mean it. Listen, and if somebody says sorry and they donate to charity, you have to forgive them. Those are the rules. So we are gonna forgive Minfan. She donated $10 to charity, meaning our crimes are absolved. And we will not execute Minfan. That's too mean. We spread kindness over here in GrandCathay, and we are gonna recruit Minfan into our ranks as a strong, independent woman, because that's what we love on the War God channel. So what's unique about Minfan, and why do we have to save her? Number 1. This is pretty much the only thing, but it's Corrupted Cunning. Bonus ambush success chance, Perfect Musk, and +8 melee attack for Slaaneshi units. Over in the south, Snicketch is trying to attack my GrandCathay forces, and I wasn't really standing for that, so I recruited an army with a bunch of Nangal grenades. I was thinking, right, Skavens have a lot of Skaven Slave, low armor, high mass. I was thinking that the grenades would be able to just carry me and destroy infinite rats. That wasn't necessarily the case. You'll have to see how this goes. You can see there's just so many rats. I don't even know how many's here, to be honest, but there's definitely more than 40, I'll tell you that much. Bombs are coming from the left, from the right. We got the smoke bombs too. They give minus 20 to 24 melee attack and melee defense, so maybe they'll help us last longer. I'm trying to bomb whenever there's a big cluster over there, but I just feel like the Nangal grenades just suck. Like, I don't know, they die super fast, and I feel like the damage output is really disappointing considering how squishy they are. So I was really not happy with how my Nangal grenades were performing in this battlefield. I was still trying to do whatever I could though. You can see huge blobs, my lords in there, the shotguns are in there. My army holds out for a very long time, but with 2 armies, one coming from the left, one from the right, and it's a lot. And we just get overwhelmed by a rat tide. You know I won't take this sitting down. But for now, it looks like we're gonna have to throw in the towel because there's just too many damn rats. And those Naga grenades, they suck. They suck. They need a buff or something. I'm very disappointed in this performance. And multiplayer and campaign, them brothers stink. And I get knocked down, but I get up again. I would not let these rats keep me down. Listen, even though we lost, they took so many losses, so I'm gonna run it back on them. I ain't done yet. Get back here, little ratty boys. There's no way I'm gonna let them replenish all their numbers. And I even get a pyrrhic victory here. Now, I lose my entire army, but hey, pyrrhic victory. So I'm sure the second try will be a win. We're gonna start off by setting up where the army will be coming into the battlefield, so hopefully you can route them off instantly with Naga grenades and a bunch of archers just shooting in, causing a bunch of leadership penalties. The Naga grenades, man, the damage output is really disappointing, but eventually we are able to kill everything that's coming in from that side. But then the right side comes over, and by the time we're able to turn my forces around to deal with the right side, they're already on top of us and we are getting overwhelmed super fast. My lord is healthy for now and we have some frontline, but we're just running so thin. We killed one army, but it's looking like the second army is just gonna grind us down with rats and rats and rats and dirty rats. I don't like rats, and we lose. RIP. Listen, I lose once, I lose twice, but you know, you gotta have that gambling mindset.
Let's go gambling! Today's lesson, keep gambling.
Keep gambling till you make the money back. I'll run it back on the save eventually. But for now, back in the north, we have two armies pushing on Village's final army. Here, Valiant Defeat, you can see he's got a big juicy stack. But I also got two big juicy stacks of my own with Girlchick and Felix in one stack, Naga grenades, shotgun blickies, and a Django war drum. So hopefully it'll be enough to beat all these high tier walk units. Starting off the fight, the walk forces feel they're instantly rushing me. I sent a little hero squad in the backline to get healed with Felix and just tie up as many troops as they could. They kind of approached me from my right flank, which I wasn't prepared for, so I switch all my units to the right. And as I come in here, we do massive damage to them on the approach. But as soon as they even just touch my front line, they instantly evaporate. And most of my armies consisted of archers, so maybe not the best composition of my armies, but hey, shooters gotta shoot, and I just shoot. If I got enough shooters, they die. As America teaches, so it's gotta work. You can see Naga grenades bombing in, shotgunning any trolls that get too close. But the hero fight goes pretty damn bad. Apparently trolls are a lot stronger than I expected, and Gotrek is dead, one of my lords is almost dead, Felix is almost dead. And the battlefield was looking pretty bad at this point. I had no frontline. This was literally just Django war jump giving ITPs to my guys so they don't route. But they were dying to last man, so we're gonna have to recruit a lot of extra units after this battlefield if we even have a hope in hell to win this shiesty. The trolls are just absolutely obliterating everything. They just keep regenning and coming back. They must be smelling the syrup and they need to die, but they keep coming back. Luckily though, it does see me finally grind them down enough, and I kite them a little with my archers and my blicky cannons, and I'm able to hit them with the blicky, hit them with the sticky, and I'm able to finish off the last little bit of walk forces. I say a little bit, but it was a lot of it, and we took a very heavy loss in this battlefield. We almost have no ammo. Django war drum dead, Crow's dead, everybody dead, but we got the victory royale. So results, we do get a lot of money for winning that battlefield. Would have preferred it was more. And this is the final settlement here, so we just need to take the red fortress. I'll besiege it for as long as it takes to make sure that village never comes back. He's annoying as hell. The Skaven, I take back my previous statement. We're gonna get an ally with them because I realized I don't really want to have to build a whole new stack for 2 extra armies, so I just give them a settlement.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
And we get a peace treaty. It's just that easy. But wait, we will get our revenge on the rats. Just wait till later in the campaign. Morgoth does not let any slight against him stand. I shall take revenge. Moving on to the next turn, we actually get another freaky event. Wow, these things are popping off faster and faster. We have an alliance with the cars that allows us to keep building up our corruption meter every single turn. And in this event, Miaoying is really stressed from running all of GrandCathay. I mean, it's so much for one woman's shoulders, even if she does have some big shoulders. So the Slaaneshi emissary offers to give Miaoying the Brain Blaster 9000 Deluxe Head Massage Package. And this is gonna help relax Miaoying, remove all the headaches, all the migraines, so that she can go back to living life and taking care of GrandCathay. But the treatment goes wrong, sadly. Nobody could have predicted this, and it goes a little bit too far, and Miaoying ends up getting brain blasted. And it's not good. Miaoying, she gets even bigger headaches, causing some delirium and confusion. And Miaoying he's not feeling too good right now. So the Slaaneshi emissary offers her a steed of Slaanesh as compensation. And Miaoying gets a brand new pet, a little steed of Slaanesh buddy. Help her along, kind of like a guide dog. Am I just yapping? Yes, I am. But that does allow us to progress the stages, and we're already on stage 5. Things are moving pretty damn fast. You can see we got a bunch of new perks, a lot of the same stuff, but just kind of more or less depending on the scenario. It's kind of like a side grade, but I like it. We also get an additional mission here to defeat 3 GrandCathayan armies, and that will allow us to get a bunch of diplomatic relations with Assasso. I'm not gonna do that, but let's check out Miaoying's newer model. Wow. She's drippy. She's got like a Pokemon backpack with the seed of Slaaneshi. It's going to help her relieve her migraines, and it's going to give her better posture, and she's just going to be a lot better with the brand new Pokemon backpack. Pretty cool, pretty drippy. That shit must be a limited edition. Thank you so much to the Bubblegum Pink Emissary, as always. Such a kind person with no malicious intent. I'm able to unlock a unique skill tree line, and that's going to allow me to start getting some corrupted units, which are just basically your normal Cathayan units, but a little bit bubblegum pink. Some stronger, some weaker. I have to make that decision myself. So let's go check out a couple of them. You can see there's a custom display here. It's the equivalent of Walk's warband system. Basically, you select the unit and you select which branch you want to go down. You can upgrade units, you can de-evolve units. It's going to cost you gold, and they have to be a certain number of ranks to actually level up. My Jade Warriors, though, are pretty healthy, and we're going to turn them into Rose Warriors with whips and normal Rose Warriors. Rose Warriors with whips, they have the charmed effect, and the normal ones are kind of just budget Chaos Warriors. I don't know if it's really an upgrade, more of a side grade, but they're here, they're freaky, and they got a couple cool abilities. Rapture Zen, basically it's like Berserk that the Norskins have. The longer they stay in combat, more physical resistance, more melee attack that they get. Their harmony systems also change a little bit. Their yang and yin both give them more speed, could, you know, fit with that Slaaneshi theme. But for now, I can only upgrade my Jade Warriors because of the lowest tier troops. If I want to get things like my Iron Hails and my Jade Lions and my Jet Lions switched over to the Freak side, I'm gonna have to research down the tech tree a lot more. At this point, I just convert all my armies that I can to the Freak stages just to make them that much stronger, and it's just in time because we're running it back on those little dirty rats. I have a bunch of GrandCathay armies I've been building up behind the scenes, bunch of bombs, bunch of Jade and Jet Lions. You already know rats don't like cats, so I brought the cats for the rats, and I bought the bombs for the bats. Call me the cat, the hat rhyme master, baby. Oh yeah, time to die, you dirty stinky rats. Pome is coming back to the GrandCathayan side, and you can see here back in my main settlement of Nangao, after researching those techs, I'm able to unlock these brand new freaky buildings. They're just gonna allow me to directly recruit the freaky units without the need to convert and spend extra money. Miaoying's of course in the north, and she makes it to the Writhing Fortress finally. Here is Archeon the Ever-Chosen. Don't question why he's a female. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Trust me. But I'm gonna declare war on him because I need the Writhing Fortress. He's got a pretty juicy stack, but come on. Meow Meow Sayang the Emissary. Bah, she's too easy, man. They're gonna get that clang, 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 clang. That's all you're gonna hear. Then it's gonna go black. Starting off the battle, I'm just gonna send in Miaoying and the Blimp. I mean, I feel like this is all we need. You know, Miaoying, she's pretty strong. Blimp is blimpy, so I think this will be fine. It was a pretty easy battle, and who really likes watching sieges anyways? Once I can smell the blood in the water, I send in the rest of my forces and just take them out. Bang, bang, bang. And we've captured the Writhing Fortress. Lots of money. It is red territory, but we still get a lot. Looks like there's a unique building here as well, and that's pretty cool. But what's more importantly is that we completed that quest, which will give plus growth for my entire faction, so that's pretty cool. Capture the Writhing Fortress, that's what we've done. But it seems the Skaven are not taking our attack on Pome lightly, and Snicketch is counterattacking Wang Chen. Okay, I can accept a loss like that. Oh, he's got another brother? Who's he attacking? One of my random armies? Otter, what are you doing, bro? Otter was up there. This guy's an idiot or something? I think he tried underway stancing and I intercepted him. Skillish, you dirty rat. I'm sending in all 3 of my armies. We're not gonna let Snicketch take Wang Chen for free. And it's gonna be a huge battle. 3 armies. I got a lot of armies. He's got a lot of armies. But which army will come out on top? Starting off the battlefield, you see I got a bunch of bombs. And we just sit here and just smell the napalm. That's all we gotta do. I sent my lords on an assassination mission against their lord. And I put the rest of my army on the rice paddies while we sing a magnificent tune.
Bombardiro tralalera brr Signora garamararambrara mudin din din dun. Dun 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 dun. Assassino boneca?
They couldn't handle the power of the Bombadillo Crocodilo, and we ended up winning this battle pretty easily, pushing off the rest of the Skaven. Nagel Grenades finally did something right for once, so nice, W win. Pyrrhic victory, but we'll take it. We're finally getting a foothold against these rats. Hopefully we can take them out, secure the borders of GrandCathay, so we can fully focus on beating Azazel's behind, because he is a loser. I don't like him at all. And then the next turn, it looks like Nakari picked up the Sword of Cain. I'm definitely for that. Nakari usually dies very soon, and he's my only Slaaneshi ally right now. Obviously, I can't ally with Azazel. Past that, some Skaven spies are trying to enter in our land, so I'm gonna get all 3 of my armies to attack them wherever they may be. But they do ambush one of my armies. They get it caught lacking. I don't walk into it, but you know, Skaven, natural ambush, cheaters. I don't like cheaters, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna fight ambush battle because I don't like ambush battles. And yeah, 4 stacks. Yeah, I was not winning that one. But I mean, we did do a good amount of damage back to them, so maybe it'll be okay. We'll counterattack them on the next turn, and okay. I'm not sure the AI really calculated with their brain. These guys clearly don't got that 189 IQ. And we're able to clean up the entire rat advance in 2 turns, because that's how I get this done. Call me the rat exterminator, baby. Also, after getting that last freak stage, I'm able to get some even higher tier freak units. You can see I'm getting my crane gunners freaky, I'm getting my blimp finky, and I'm not done yet because we get the next freak stage on the next turn. Profane Apotheosis. Huh? What a techie name. What the hell does that even mean? But I'll tell you exactly what happens here. Miaoying has a meeting with the pink lady, and Miaoying, she's so thankful. The pink lady has done so much for all of GrandCathay, and she can feel his kindness deep inside. And it's a very wholesome scene. So Miaoying gets on one knee and says, I pledge allegiance to the bubblegum pink. Why was it spiky? And why does it stink? And she devotes herself to Slaaneshi, and now Slaaneshi and Miaoying are closer than they've ever been, and it takes her to an even freakier stage. But she started to get a little bit some spikes on her. Why she got spikes on her shoulders? I don't know. Miaoying's starting to look a little different than she once did. I'm not sure if this is a good road or a bad road, but it's a road, and I'ma take it. We get a new ability. I won't explain the title of the ability, but I'll tell you what it does. Basically, you cast this ability on an enemy, and then next turn you're able to recruit a demonette unit into your army. So it's a pretty cool, like, thematic ability. She's basically able to summon demons. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And wow, Miaoying's final model is insane. Well, I guess it's not the final one, but I mean, I don't even know what to say is happening here. She's basically like kind of looks like a half demonette, half Meow Meow hybrid at this point. So things are going a little bit sus for her. I can't say the gifts of Slaaneshi are very much gifts anymore. They look more like curses to me, but maybe she thinks differently. She did lose her little secret backpack, which is a little sad, but I think it's worth it to get to this stage. I'm not sure what the purple tentacle thing is, or the golden chain, but meh, I'm sure it's something cool. Miaoying's taking her newfound powers and pushing an Archeon. I push onto Arbald here, he runs away. But it's a close defeat for me, so I'm not sure why he ran away. Apparently, he knows that Meow Meow's got that secret sauce, and he was right to be worried. Because I'm going to take this fight, and I'm going to win this fight, because that's just what I do. Meow Meow's the max freak stage. Physically powerful, physically domineering. I'm going to defeat Arbald, turn him to the defeated. Starting off the battlefield, I send in Meow Meow as kind of an espionage. I'm trying to trap up as many troops as I can. It's really the best strategy. I'm not going to let anybody pass. Miaoying shall be the great bastion that holds back the chaos forces at bay. She's thick. She's strong. She will not let anybody pass her. She is pretty damn jacked at this point. I believe she has really high ward save, really high physical resistance, 121 armor, and 13,000 HP. Those are Kugat numbers. Actually takes Miaoying from being more an offensive dragon to a tanky dragon. And by the way, if you look at her speed, she has 28 speed, and that does go down when she goes in her human form. So Miaoying is super slow. So don't rely on her to catch anything. You want to get her in position and hold her there, and hopefully your army will stay alive. Eventually I do go into human form and I try to chase down Arbald undefeated, but she's so slow. 13 speed, and Arbald is just completely speed blitzing her. She is basically walking in slow motion, so I don't know if we're gonna catch him. I'll cast a slow spell on him, but I think he's still faster than me, even with the slow spell. So it's a long day for Miaoying. Hopefully my army can kill the rest of the army, and then he's forced to fight Meow Meow in the end, cause brother's got no army. I got the pink lasers, I got the pink explosions. It kind of seems like a fun time, but judging by that the chaos forces are dying in mass, maybe it wouldn't be a fun time to get hit by the pink stuff. Maybe the white stuff? Huh? The new Slaaneshi troops are definitely doing their job here. The Chaos Forces, most of them are dead before they can even enter in my front line. And as they get onto the Rose Warriors, they're holding up pretty tanky. That -8 melee attack does go a long way, despite the AI cheats that they get. Big Talented Knight comes down. Meow Meow still trying to enter into the front line. She'll get there. She just needs a little bit. Also, Meow Meow has Slaaneshi spells now. I probably forgot to mention that, but yeah, she can cast Slaaneshi spells. She's got the whip, and she's got the Nene. Pretty good spell combos. And you can see, we eventually start routing off en masse the front lines. They can't get to me. We're clapping them. Clang, 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 like I said was gonna happen. Eventually, Meow Meow does make it to Arbald, and she absolutely dominates him, as Meow Meow does, and we win the battle pretty dang easily. And I believe that's Archeon's main force. He might have another one, but for the most part, Archeon has been neutered pretty well at this point. We're gonna take his last settlement there, the Tower of Gorgoth, and what's after that? Azazel's settlement, where we can destroy him. Because I do not trust what that brother's going to do. I do not want to ally with him at all. We've also made it to the final part of the tech tree. So now any unit we have, even if they're tier 5, we can make them the freak version. Bubblegum pink. Yummy, yummy. That's what I like. Archeon, now that we've dominated him enough, I'll get him a peace treaty. And I'll trade him Monolith of Festerlung too. There's no way I'm going to be able to hold all this red territory in the middle of nowhere. It has like no monetary value to me. So give it to Archeon, get a peace treaty, and move on to fight Azazel. And Azazel does have a lot of girthy men in this army, and Crackadrak. So I'm gonna need to make sure Meow Meow's prepared before we take this on. That many chosen, and my troops are still low from fighting off Arbald. He's not called undefeated for no reason, so I make sure saying, level him up. Meow Meow, give her all my best items. Give the emissary all my best items. Make them juicy, make them big, make them strong. And Azazel will not live through the day. Start off the battlefield, we're gonna instantly rush in with all my troops into the front line. Maybe that was a stupid call because we get rushed on by the trolls that I hate oh so much. They're so strong for the AI because they get a leadership buff, which obviously is normally the big thing that nerfs trolls, but in this case they don't care because they get cheats. But ultimately, Meow Meow, I send her in as a one-man army and she's able to just duke it out. Clang, 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 Demonette dies, little doggy dies. I pulled the rest of my army though from the city because it's pretty clear they're just gonna all get killed, and I used up most of my ammo already as well. So really it's just Meow Meow versus the world. So we just sit here singing our favorite tune.
Tung 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 sahur. No. La polizia.
Nice, we captured Azazel's final settlement, Crackadrak, because we cracked his crack. Get wrecked, loser. It looks like he has one last army left in the world though, so we're gonna have to hunt his ass down. So like Tamarkan also declared war on me. I got a lot of diplomatic penalties from running through his land, but I did think I'd be able to win this battle pretty easily because I'm like, hey, I got ogre allies, I got a bunch of guns, I'm sure it will be fine. Well, you'll have to see how it goes. The ogre army there is fighting off Tamarkans, and they did way worse than I was expecting. I honestly thought they might be able to win it by themselves. They weren't. And on my army, I had literally no front line, so they just kind of walked through me, and I lost. Luckily, it's just a caravan, so not a big loss, but I was definitely shocked. I was like, damn, Tamarkan a little thick, man. You're a little thick, little girthy. I'm not about that. We lose that one, but just a caravan. And on the next turn, it looks like somebody else destroyed Azazel's last army. If I had to guess, it was probably Katarine, because she's pretty strong. Get wrecked, Azazel. Azazel vanquished. As if in confirmation of his banishment, you can feel the venom finally starting to break down inside of you. Over the next few days, you recover completely from its ill effects, and the world can now rest, knowing Azazel was banished for good. Well, for now. Oh, a little ominous, but we absolutely clapped that brother. Don't ever put your double snake technique or your wrist techniques on Miaoying again. She's mine, little bro. So yeah, we took out Azazel and we won. We beat him. Now, after I destroyed Azazel, I played out the campaign for about 5 more turns, but no events were coming up. So then, I realized, oh, wait, you have to ally with Azazel if you want to progress the freaky stages, because if you just destroy him, then he's dead. Miaoying wins, and GrandCathay goes back to being normal, but I don't want normal. I want bubblegum pink. I want freak, and I'm gonna have to unleash my secret time powers. We're back, we're in action, and Azazel's alive again. I went to the turn right before I decided to destroy his final settlement, and instead of destroying his final settlement, I'm gonna try to get peace with him so we can be chill like that. But it seems like he's not really about the peace life right now. I'm gonna have to beat him down, or maybe sell him some settlements first, and hopefully I can get some peace treaties with him, and then we can progress the stages. Now, obviously, my first thought is, what if I just beat his ass down? But he had a lot of force here. More force than I remember, with his settlement garrison and his main army side by side. I did not think I was going to win that one with the Meow Meow's army, so I decided to retreat. And my next plan is to take out Throg's settlements by declaring war on him, take his settlements, sell them to Azazel. After giving him enough settlements, he should be chill enough with me to get a peace treaty. But it's really important that we keep on progressing. We don't have too much time to do this. But Katarine does have a lot of force and she counterattacks me. Apparently she was not a fan of us declaring war on her, and now we gotta fight. Woman on woman violence. I don't like this. Women, we gotta support each other, man. Close to defeat. Katarine's force is pretty strong. She has bears and other girthy stuff, so pretty scary. Luckily, Meow Meow was able to clog up a bunch of the troops because it's a choke point battle. and Meow Meow is able to mortis engine a lot of them down, while the rest of our army just shoots in with their crane gunners and explosions. But even with that, they're still pushing through pretty intensely, and our entire front line at this point is pretty much run through. It's probably going to come down to Meow Meow again, but Katerin hasn't even entered the fray, so we might have ourselves a cat fight, Meow Meow versus Katerin. Who's stronger? We'll be finding out this time. My bubblegum pink balloon's really low, Saying's dead, and pretty much my entire army's right at this point. It's basically Meow Meow versus the world, which seems to happen a lot in this campaign. A nasty Towns of the Night come down, taking out Katerin's last little bit of support, and it's pretty much just Meow Meow, some scattered infantry, versus Katerin and her frostworm. So we'll see who wins this one ultimately, and we need to fight this duel. Come over here, Katerin. Stop being chicken, Katerin. Fight Meow Meow. Fight honorably. Hit him with the whip. And who's gonna win this fight? Katerin comes in on her sled. She is technically anti-infantry, but Meow Meow is just hyper jacked and buffed at this point. I pop her little heal ability, keep her nice and healthy. With 13,000 HP, Katerin is gonna have a lot to chop through. So far, Meow Meow seems to have not hit her once, and she's running away again. She's trying to cycle charge. She comes in there, hits Meow Meow. Meow Meow just eats it, bro. She eats that shit for breakfast, and she finally locks onto Katerin and gets some big hits in there. She has like 700 weapon strength, so each hit she does is gonna do a lot to her. Another hit goes down, another whip goes down. It looks like this one's gonna go to Meow Meow, because while Katerin is just knocking her over again and again, Meow Meow does have a lot of increased mass from getting to the freak stages, so she's able to hold her ground and actually just duke it out with Katerin. And after a couple more nasty hits, she takes out Katerin pretty easily, and it looks like Meow Meow is the true queen of this campaign. She does have a bunch of other armies though I'm gonna have to deal with. It's gonna be a long day before we're actually able to deal a big enough blow to Kislev and gain a full hold in her territory. Now what will help out with that is the next freaky stage. And this next event, Meow Meow enters creative mode and she gets spawn eggs for demons. So she can spawn a couple demons every turn, which is going to help boost Meow Meow's numbers whenever she loses some troops. So it's pretty good. We'll continue to press on, capture the lair of the Troll King. We want to make sure we get a good full hold where I can actually start recruiting units for Meow Meow's armies, because she's pretty damn low. She doesn't have a lot left right now. So I'm just going to give her a big war force, because Meow Meow is my main frontier army right now, and she's going to have to do all the hard work. She does like hard though, so should be okay for her. Asasso, we trade him another settlement, and we get a trade deal, and we're just increasing our reliability more and more and more. Hopefully Azazel eventually will get a defensive alliance with us, but it looks like Meow Meow is really stressed out, and she has a rising pressure because so much Slaaneshi corruption and just all this work she has to do fighting all these Kislev armies. She's really not feeling too great. The venom is slowly poisoning her, and as time goes on, Meow Meow is getting weaker and weaker, and it causes her to have to lay on the floor and take periodic naps, or else she just passes out. We're gonna have to ally or destroy Azazel really fast, and obviously we can't destroy him, so we're gonna need to ally really fast, or Meow Meow's gonna get to a state where she can't even fight anybody anymore. And considering she's my hard carry, I don't want that to happen. She has a nightmare about Azazel as well. He's a pretty scary guy, so I don't want her to have nightmares. I want to save Meow Meow. I want to make her whole. I will save you, Meow Meow. Don't worry. Venom's progressed, and now we have -10 Winds of Magic power reserve per turn. Back in GrandCathay, we're getting constantly sieged by a bunch of little Slaaneshi rebels that try to attack me. And then the next turn, she gets another event again, where she spawns more demons. She goes in creative mode, and she gets 64 stacks of spawners. And she's able to spawn a bunch more demons now. So my GrandCathayan armies will be much more varied with having like demons and soldiers, because Meow Meow has found the secret method, the Krum de Glagla, that will allow her to spawn demons just like Slaaneshi does. Pretty cool. She gets a couple of buffs here. Even more HP, even more mass, actually a lot more mass, 50%. Damn, she was already thick, but now, Dim Seal of Slaaneshi is 20% spell mastery for her, but the enemies as well. So I think overall it's a buff, because usually the player is better at casting spells than the AI, so I'll take it. We continue pushing in Kislev and sell Azazel another settlement. He's beginning to like us a whole lot, so we should be able to get that defensive alliance really soon. Back in GrandCathay, I don't want to attack my GrandCathayan allies like Zhao Ming to get that one quest battle where I need to destroy GrandCathay armies, so I purposely cause revolts, and with 2 GrandCathay army revolts, I'm going to take them both out, and now I'm going to get that plus 100 relations with this asshole, and this means pretty much next turn, we should have enough relations to finally get the defensive alliance. But it seems we didn't destroy those rebel factions without any consequences, because it looks like the capital of GrandCathay, Wei Jin and the Dragon Emperor have noticed something is wrong, and they sent over Yuanbo to talk to Miaoying after hearing some suspicious rumors about her consorting with demons. Yuanbo, the definition of the nerd emoji, he greets Miaoying, and he says, you know, I've heard some sussy rumors about you, Meow Meow. I just want to make sure that these are just rumors, because they get kind of crazy. Meow Meow, of course, she denies these rumors. She says, I would never consort with demons. I would never attack GrandCathayan allies. I'm just a good lady. Wombo doesn't buy this. He is a smart guy at the end of the day. And Meow Meow, she's starting to fold under the pressure. She starts sweating and she just wants it to get over with. So she just tells him, listen, Wombo, times are hard. I have to defend the Great Bastion all day. I'm getting attacked by chaos. In Cathay, there's turmoil, there's Skaven, there's dark elves. There's so much stress on my plate, okay? I just need a little bit of relaxation. There's too much for me to do. Can you cut me some slack? And you know what? To Yombo's credit, he's a good brother, a good homie. And he says, okay, Meow Meow, I'll let you off the hook this time, but you need to get yourself in check. Maybe go to rehab or do something, cause we can't be having the dragon name tainted like this. Now what Wombo doesn't know is that all these rumors are true, and his ass just got played. Now before Wombo does leave, he does leave Meow Meow with some discipline, making sure that she remembers,
you're the king, I'm the king,
that it's not her, and he does. But I get another mission after this event. Nakari has finally been defeated. His entire faction is wiped off the map. He's my only Slaaneshi ally, if you remember, so I'm gonna want to revive him. This mission gives me that opportunity. In Minothar, I'm gonna have to send an army there and retake it, and once I do, Nakari will come back, and of course he'll be vassalized under me. And the way that we're allowed to do this is with a brand new Slaaneshi portal. A bubblegum pink portal will spawn right on the donut of Ulthuan, as well as right next to Nangal. So I'm gonna build up a massive army to take over there and bring back Nakari. Back in Kislev, Meow Meow attacks Helpit. This is a capital settlement, so if I sell it to Azazel, he should like us a whole lot for this, and this should be all I need to finally get that defensive alliance. And yes, I was right, we actually can get a military alliance, so boom, we're allies with him now. We complete that mission. We get another mission here. We need to get Azazel to defeat one of Zarina Katarin's armies, but what's more important is we get the next event.
You come to me. How delectable. You think to parley? Why bother with words? I know what you need.
To celebrate our agreement, you may select a choice to enjoy.
Disgust. A twisted necessity. Nothing more.
I wouldn't really trust this guy, but I kind of don't have a choice here, so we're gonna have to proceed with the ritual, or else we're gonna have to break the alliance. And what do we work so hard for? And we do the ritual, but as the ritual is going on, Meow Meow realizes something is wrong. Her mind is foggy, she doesn't know where to go, and she ends up getting put into a dazed state, where she's very easy to manipulate, and Azazel takes advantage of this.
Forget your gods. What can they offer you compared to me?
I told you not to trust him. I told you, Miaoying. So pretty scary. I don't know if Meow Meow's gonna be able to turn the tide here, but with me in her backline, we got this, Meow Meow. Come on. You can see here, finally we reversed the Venom. We've adapted to it. Winds of Magic Power Reserve Capacity plus 15, and way more relations with it. Now, to get to the next stage of progressing with Azazel, we were supposed to get to stage 6, but I'm already at stage 6, so I automatically completed the mission immediately. So hey, that worked for me speedrunning this joint. It's basically just Azazel telling Miaoying to fully combine their forces. Now they're no longer just going to be allies, they're going to be the same force, and Azazel is going to be confederated under Miaoying. And they create a portal through the realm of Slaaneshi from GrandCathay so that they can be fully linked, and at this point there's pretty much no going back. Slaaneshi is literally in the middle of GrandCathay, and she's forced to do his bidding or a giant demon invasion will attack. What does Azazel assign her to do? She has to take a bunch of really important settlements. But if she does it, he does have a little reward. She has Gillian's Soul Eater. This is the item that Min Fan, if you remember, stole earlier. So if we do listen to him, he'll give us the Gillian Soul Eater, which is basically like a super strong sword that has a net on it. The 6 settlements we'll need to capture are the Tower of Crack, Crackadrak, which we already captured, Prague, Forbidden Citadel, and the Doomed Keep. These are some really high tier settlements, and they're kind of far. Most of them are spread out in the northern area though, so it will take me quite a bit of time to do all this. I'll skip through most of it for you guys. But it does end up being a lot harder than I expected, because I don't know what happened, but Katarin's forces are insane. I remember that I also have that mission to get a trade deal with the GrandCathay faction, so I sell Zhao Ming one of the settlements I wasn't really using, and I get a defensive alliance that he broke off with me earlier, because I guess he wasn't a fan of, the demon consorting thing. We complete the mission, and we get even more relations with Azazel and just every Slaaneshi faction, which is pretty dang good. And we got a little cutscene here, cordial courtesy. I'm not sure what that means, that's a big word, but I'm sure it's fine. Basically, Meow Meow's meeting up with a bunch of GrandCathayan diplomats to discuss their strategy for the future and see if they want to join her and Azazel in their quest to rule the entire world. The diplomats don't seem to be taking Meow Meow very seriously, so Meow Meow has to make sure that they listen to her. She locks in, she's like, listen, I'm gonna whip the thunder whip right to your brain and go bzzz. So don't mess with me. But they don't really seem to be taking too kindly for this, and they're honestly very, very disrespectful. But eventually they realize the error of their ways, and they decide to ally with Miaoying and Azazel. After some convincing, after Miao Miao gives them a really good, detailed argument of why it would benefit GrandCathay in the long run, and they finally stop being rude, and Miao Miao leaves with the deal with the GrandCathayan diplomats. So now she has her forces, Azazel's forces, and some GrandCathayan forces as well, making her a lot stronger. But this is not everything. Miao Miao needs to get even more power so she can take over the world. And how's she gonna do that? A trade deal with the ogres as well. We're gonna have to do the same thing, get just one deal with the ogres. I just joined war against the Chaos Dwarf faction, and we get the non-aggression pact. And that allows us to complete the mission. The ogres are nasty, they're eating a bunch of food, they're all fat. She tells them, I understand you. Ogres are like onions, they have many layers. And the ogres, they start crying, they start bawling their tears out. They're like, they only ask what are the ogres doing, but they never ask how are the ogres doing. And they are just so thankful to Miaoying. They're like, nobody's understood us this way before. And as they all go kumbaya and they eat a bunch of meat and food and throw a little party, and they decide to ally with Miao Miao and Azazel's force. Because they know that she truly understands that ogres are like onions with many layers. And you know, they're just chill guys. Definitely chill and nothing strange. I don't want to talk about it. It was big. Why was it so big? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it, okay? That's all that happens. And Miao Miao gets an ally with the ogre forces. Pretty cool. Now the Mountain of Warns is secure. So pretty much GrandCathay, the only threat left in it should be the little Skaven rats. Back in GrandCathay army, I create a Celestial Lion stack because I mean lions v cats. No, lions v rats, cats v rats, lions are cats. It's a genius strategy. The rats are not going to be able to beat my juicy cat stack. And also I have a lot of my legendary heroes that came back after they died in Miaoying's army. So that army is going to be quite jacked. And I should be able to defeat any Skaven forces that come after me. So that's pretty good. I get a peace treaty with Katerin as well. Because Throg owns Prague. So I don't want to deal with full 4 flipping stacks of Kislev just to take Prague. So I'll get a peace treaty. It's fine. And I'll end the turn. But apparently that peace treaty was only good for 1 turn, because immediately afterwards, she demands money from me. You're trying to scam me! Miaoying, I do not deal with scammers, okay? We're gonna take out Katerin. And okay, I didn't expect her army to be this strong. Maybe in the heat of the moment, I should have just given her like 4,000 gold, but hey, listen. Miao Miao will not be disrespected. Yeah, but it goes pretty bad for me. Pretty much my entire army dies, and it's another round of pray to Mommy Miaoying and hope that she can win the battlefield. And she does ultimately. They just can't get through her, because she is really OP at this point. I believe she has a max ward save, 13k HP, a Mortis engine, an AoE debuff. Hell, what doesn't she have? And Azazel was really impressed by this performance, so we sell him Prague, and we actually end up vassalizing Azazel, meaning that Miaoying is the king. And we go through one of the bubblegum pink portals. We're gonna get some armies over here to Mithanar to hopefully revive Nakari, because the more Slaanesh factions left alive, the more trade deals we can do, and the faster we can turn freak mode. And you know that's the goal here. None of the high elves are at war with me yet, so that guy should be safe. Throg counterattacks Miaoying as she's trying to push onto the other settlement she needs to take, but we just run away, it's okay. We get another event to spawn more demons. We'll take this event. The more demons we can get, the stronger GrandCathay is, so it's okay. Miao Miao does have to work really hard to create all these demons though. She has to go in her inventory, enable cheats, and then start spawning them with the spawn eggs. And you know, each time she does this, it's a lot of work, so I really appreciate that, Miao Miao. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how this event triggered, but apparently Miao Miao wants to make some trade deals with Norskins. I must have made one when I wasn't looking. But yeah, there's an event with some Norskin guys here, and they seem to be chill. They seem to be like really impressed by Miao Miao's drive. I guess the way she beat them up, the way she's so strong and like destroys entire armies by herself. They kind of think of her as almost like a minor chaos god. It's pretty cool. And oh my god, is that an animation? What the? Wow, the quality is insane, but yeah. They have an animated battle where Miaoying wins and defeats a Norskin chief, and now the Norskins are really impressed by Miaoying and acknowledge her as the queen of the Norskins, and she gets a pretty good trade deal with some Norskins, getting a lot more money and a lot more forces. In GrandCathay, we also finally get Nangao to tier 5, and we're going to be able to create some unique freak buildings at tier 5. The one that I'm getting here is going to allow us to recruit Chaos Warriors and Marauder Horsemen, and it's going to allow me to create much more tanky infantry than what you'd normally get in GrandCathay of just Jade Warriors and Celestial Crossbow. As I'm moving up to Norska to try to get the Doom Keep, we get attacked by a big Worldwalker army on Miao Miao's stack. She has 3 demons she managed to recruit and a couple archers, but it's honestly not that great. Luckily though, we've already kind of established that Miao Miao is kind of a boss, so unless you have overwhelming force, you're probably not going to beat Miao Miao. And we take the Doom Keep, and we put another army in there to defend it. While Miao Miao keeps on pressing up into Norska, and she goes after the Sorrow encampment, Pretty much for every one GrandCathay I can get a demon, so it's pretty easy to replenish my numbers at this point. The demons are instantly recruitable. After that, immediately we're gonna go after the Forbidden Citadel. Again, a close defeat, but you already know what I'm gonna do. Summon out Mommy Meow Meow, and she's gonna give these guys the beat down. And another victory. It's just how it goes. And I keep the demons out of there to keep them alive, to hopefully build up a strong stack. So in case we do actually get attacked by a super strong army, we won't just lose. Because even though Meow Meow is strong, I have seen quite a number of times where she gets really close to death. So far, we've captured 3 settlements. GrandCathay actually got captured by Archeon because he declared war on Azazel. None of them are owned by Katarine, so there's not really any point in me remaining at war with her. The Forbidden Citadel that we captured was pretty high level, so we're going to be able to finally recruit some higher tier units for Meow Meow's armies, some crane gunners, some demons. It should allow her to be an unstoppable force. I move up towards GrandCathay, but it looks like Arbol defeated his back. It looks like he's trying to get revenge for how we dominated him last time, but I don't think it's really going to go good this time either for you, Arbol. The army I recruited at the portal after vibing Nakari, I send it up here to the south to take Pack Dykes Bay and then the Altar of Crimson Harvest. So he'll capture the 2 settlements we'll need, and then Meow Meow will recapture GrandCathay, and that should be all the settlements we need to progress. Archeon does travel down south with his main army to try to take the GrandCathay, but we're just recruiting a bunch of forces, and the Tower of Crack also does have a garrison and is about to hit tier 3, so we should be able to fend off Archeon pretty easily. End the turn, and it does look like Archeon is pretty haughty and he decides to attack Miaoying with Arbald's stack. But come on, you lost the first time. What do you think's gonna change this time? We've got plenty of demons, we've got some long rifles, and I actually have a pretty good strategy to win this one. Put all my troops in the trees, let Meow Meow take most of them out, and then once they're way lower in troops, I take out the guns, I take out the demonettes, and any stragglers that get past her. Then we send out the demonettes, we send out the guns, and we destroy them. And this strategy works like a charm. We honestly just dominate Arbal's army even harder than last time. We take less losses, one of our guns almost dies, Meow Meow completely destroys Arbal undefeated and the rest of his army. And with that, we make it to GrandCathay, and Meow Meow's gonna besiege the settlement. It is at tier 4 with some pretty strong troops, but you've already seen me do this once with Azazel's army, and this will be pretty similar. It is a little stronger, but come on, Mommy Meow Meow's got this. As we speed on through the siege battle.
Lingangole gole gole wata lingango lingango lingangole gole gole wata lingango lingango lingangole gole gole wata lingango lingango.
Nice heroic victory, bunch of gold there, 7,000 gold. I like that. Nice, let's go. We got GrandCathay, and we get the Altar of Crimson Harvest. Kind of a cool name, but loot and occupy that, meaning we have 1 final settlement left. The Norskins try to take back the Forbidden Citadel, but I'm not going to let that happen. I recruited a Celestial Dragon Guard stack there, and we get another event here for the demons. Basically, this event, we're going to get even stronger demons here, so now we're going to be able to recruit fiends as well, so pretty cool. And we get a bunch of buffs as well. Steel of Slaaneshi, redirecting aura, you know, it's just a whole lot of junky monkey. You can read it through yourself here. Some -8 melee events, spell mastery 100%, it's a lot of stuff. Basically, Miaoying's jacked, and now she has a full army of demons with fiends. She is really strong at this point, and we move on to the final settlement, the Doomkeep with the cat army. We're just gonna auto-resolve this. I'm pretty sure the cat army can defeat most armies in the game. It's so strong. Bubblegum Pink Cat. Got it! And what is that? Go blah 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 Soul Eater? Nice! And we have the opportunity to confederate Azazel. Pretty cool. Final request. You have finally done it. Your armies have destroyed and subjugated everyone Azazel wanted you to subjugate. Fresh from the battlefield, Azazel says, here's your price. He gives us the sword. He gives us some other stuff. And you know what? This alliance with Azazel wasn't that bad, Miaoying. Maybe Azazel really isn't a bad guy. Maybe he just, you know, is misunderstood. And the alliance is way closer than it was before. So we go on to the next turn, and we finally get it. Confederate the Static Legion, or we could leave Azazel as he is. So if we don't actually want to confederate him, we don't have to. But me personally, I'm a confederation man. So I'm going to want to confederate Azazel. The item you get if you don't confederate him is the Legion's Point Gain, Diplomatic Relations with Wars of Chaos, which is pretty good, but it's definitely not as good as confederating the Static Legion. Being able to have a Slaaneshi armies with Azazel is way too strong, so I'm definitely going to be getting that. Boom! And wow, Miaoying and Azazel are closer than ever. Kind of a mean guy, but I'm sure we can train him to be nicer. How to Train Your Azazel live action coming into the theaters near you.
You are the puppet. I shall pull your strings. Let us begin.
But yeah, they create a little farm, they get some cows, and it's really wholesome, to be honest. It's kind of like a kumbaya moment. GrandCathay and Azazel, or Slaaneshi by extension, are allied now, and they're ready to take on the entire world and rule with an iron fist. An electric fist, pink fist, I don't know. And the first step of that world domination plan is taking out Kataryn. You can see I have 3 armies, Azazel's armies, Miaoying's army, and another army, and Kataryn is there. In Erengrad, we're going to betray her and attack her to progress. Taking out Kataryn will be our first step in world domination. It's time to finish the Ice Queen off. Oh, Kataryn, you are not escaping. I'm getting all 3 of my big, juicy armies right on top of her. A valiant defeat, but, you know, come on, I got this. This is a big fight. Kataryn's got like 2 full stacks. I'm gonna send out Azazel first off, get on the walls, you know, mess him up a little bit. Hopefully it goes good. Azazel takes a lot of damage on the approach, more than I would have liked, so I land him to hopefully stop getting shot by arrows. But something goes bad pretty fast for me. So I try to fly Azazel up here in a second, and when I fly him up, I'm like, oh, okay, he's escaped now. And I try to pull him back, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Brother's not moving.
Shake that ass for Drake, now shake that ass for me.
He's doing the silly dance in the sky. Bro, I don't know what kind of fluids my guy is leaking. He looks like he's like puking or like shitting out of his face. I don't know what's wrong with this Azazel, bro, but he's flailing his arms around. I got no clue what's wrong with brother. But he's not taking damage, so I don't know. Good job, CA. You fixed the game. I have no clue, man. Azazel, he's just gonna chill out there, I guess. He's gonna be MIA for this battle. He also can't cast spells there, so I don't know. We got the BBC Giants smacking up some bears, and I just push in with the rest of my army into the front line. We just got Demonette, so we just gotta get in there, get into combat, and start slicing Shiesty up. You can see here, we got a close-up view. The trolls are chopping, the Demonette's chopping. And we got Seekers as well. Miaoying, hey, she got a lot of demons versus these men. You can see the armored Kossars are coming in with their dual blade axes, but come on, the Demonette's got this. It's light work. Very intense battle though so far. Tons of troops on both sides, but it ultimately looks like it's going towards my favor. I mean, Demonettes are pretty dang strong. Miaoying is going to drop a big old Talons of the Night on that blob in the left, and in the middle, we're just going to continue grinding against the Zargard, armored Kossars. Luckily, Demonettes have AP despite being lower tier, so it should be okay. And we got a duel between Miaoying and their lord over here. Miaoying obliterating that man, smacks it on his meat. That thing's, it's gone. It's gone. RIP, my brother. She's bringing down that thunder from the sky. Yeah, he ain't making it out. Oh. I don't know what that pink stuff is, but Miao just laid it on him. A big final trans goes down in a blob here, while the Demonettes are starting to slowly push through Kataryn's forces. They had a lot of little grums and archers that just decided to shoot Azazel, so it didn't work out too good for them, now did it? I'm not able to use any of my archers to shoot either, but I mean, it's a fair trade. Ultimately though, you can see nice big old battlefield, but we get it done. The Demonettes really high DPS, and Miao's upgraded them a lot at this point. Nice and juicy and strong. That's why we get that W. Miao. Kataryn, your time to get Slaaneshified. It's now. Here we got the event. The Ice Queen pushed through the storm. Basically, Azazel and Kataryn are battling it out. The most powerful Ice Witch of today versus the strongest Freak of the past. Who will win? Now, we know how it went in JJK, but how will it go in FreakHammer? Oh, no. It looks like it's ending up just like Gojo. Kataryn is trapped up by the strongest Freak of yesterday. Looks like we found the answer. Azazel's trying some sort of technique. He must have used this one back in the Heian era, to be honest, and Kataryn, she ain't looking like she's enjoying this at all. Kataryn is talking heavy. She says, I'm the strongest. Kataryn, I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't think you're winning right now, Kataryn. I think you might be losing. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. And Azazel then sends his hordes to attack Kataryn while she's weakened from the fight. Now, Kataryn's having a really tough time. They're having a really intense animated battle. I mean, they must have gotten the map animators for this one. This is kind of crazy, man. I think Kataryn just casted Hollow Blue. It's looking pretty intense, but I don't think she's winning. She's slowly getting ground down by all the Chaos Forces. Yup, that's it. Barely able to get away. So we're gonna have to hunt her down again, ending that event and the turn. It does not look like the rest of the Kizla forces are about to let their queen go down without a fight, as we get attacked by another, how many? One, two, three, four.
How many?
My God, man. Okay, another one. Close defeat, you already know. War God, I don't take L's. Let's fight this battle. Okay, this time I'm gonna start in the middle. Finally, it doesn't have to be a stinky ass siege battle. I got a lot of Demonettes, but they're really damaged from the last battle. I send Miaoying in the back because she's super slow, by the way, in this campaign. She has like 10 movement speed, and with all the slowing spells like Frostbite and Chill Wind, oh yeah, Kataryn is basically like netted in place. So I just stick her in the back and just clog up as many units as I can. She should be fine. She really shouldn't die. She has so much HP. I believe she has 13k at this point in the campaign. Devoting yourself to Slaaneshi has some upsides and some downsides as well. In the back line, I just have a bunch of my guns in a checkerboard formation. We'll look at the long ones in the back and the blickies in the front. It's working out pretty good so far. Miaoying is doing a really good job of staggering them, so they only sending about 1 or 2 troops every so often, meaning I'm able to kill them and move on to the next one in a systematic approach. Pretty dang good, while Meow Meow keeps healing, nice, healthy, and juicy. There is some cav that finally approaches though and gets a nasty charge on some of my demonettes. I cannot take any more of those charges. They have way more force than I do. My armies are super damaged, while theirs are full HP, so I'm gonna make sure that we don't get ground down too much in this battle. Eventually, one of their armies reinforces and they attack us from the side. This one got really dangerous because I wasn't in the right position, but I turned around my army in time and things are going okay. I'm kind of charging with some demonettes on their cav, and I'm using my own cav, quote unquote, which is my Fiends of Slaaneshi, to clog up theirs, and once they're clogged up, I send in the demonettes and I'm munching through them pretty fast. As I start sending more and more troops to my front line, I do get whittled down and my entire demonette front line collapses. I pull them to the back because they attacked an army that was in force march, so I can't actually retreat my demonettes off the battlefield. So if I want new troops, I'm going to have to fully kill them. And if I lose my demonettes, I don't know if I can fight the rest of these Kislev armies. There's a shit ton of them. As my front line gets absolutely broken through, man, they hit it from the front and they hit it hard and thick. My guns are on the run now. My demonettes are also on the run. I'm just trying to get into position to where I can get my reinforcements by riding off the guns that I don't really need at this point and hopefully getting some more infantry in, because I really don't want to lose all these demonettes. It took me so long to recruit them all, and they have like way more armies than I do. For every 1 unit of mine that dies, 10 of theirs needs to die. Let's go. Meow Meow is still just in the backline. I didn't even realize she had this ability, but she has some sort of missile reflection spell like the one that Cathay gets in the Lore of Yin. I don't know, but she basically, if you try to shoot bullets near here, they're going to reverse back at you. Good job, Meow Meow. And while my guns did ride off, they're also getting thinned out slowly but surely. They're chasing down my demonettes and they're kind of splitting up their forces in the back. So hopefully as I get some really strong reinforcements, things should slowly get better for me. Eventually, those guns do ride off, and I get a huge resurgence of fresh troops coming out from the reinforcement pool. Cav, chariots, skirmish cav, BBC giant. Oh yeah, they're cooked. I send them out, and they pretty much just wash over the last little bit of the Kislevite troops. It got a little bit dangerous there at the end where they're about to kill all my demonettes. We would have been severely lacking for numbers, but luckily we got it done just barely as a nice Slaaneshi Chaos Knight charge sweeps away the Kislevite forces. Understand, you cannot defeat my queen, Meow Meow. She is the strongest and the grippiest too. There's no way there's another army. Okay, they're just pulling them out of their ass at this point, like close to defeat again. Now this one is not quite as bad as before because they only have one fully healthy army while the rest of them are damaged, but all of my armies are damaged. But hopefully Meow Meow can get this done. We're just gonna have to lock in and see. That's all you can do sometimes. As I try to set up my formation as quick as I can, they have lots of mobility in the enemy army as they send in Cav and the Kiss of War sleds. They're getting onto my guns really easily because I have like, what, a couple of demonettes that are already dead. My fiends at like 1-2 HP. All those demonettes I tried to keep alive, yeah, they ended up dying anyway, so RIP, but I need to win the battlefield. I don't know what you want from me. I get a really nice Celestial Dragon Guard summon, which was sorely needed because I have literally no front line, but they just keep pushing through. The amount of force they have compared to mine is not even close, and they just have too many men that wish death upon me. And it's a sad day for the GrandCathayans. We took out a lot of them, but eventually they're gonna get through. We're gonna have to get on our knees and pray that Mommy Miaoying can carry this one out. We did do a decent amount of damage with all my blicky cannons, but Meow Meow, I believe in you. I believe that Meow Meow was the strongest, the most grippy, and the best. That's why she's my favorite, as I send in the rest of their forces on Meow Meow. But honestly, Meow Meow just duels with them. She takes them out. It wasn't even no big thing. They pretty much army lost right away. They didn't want that smoke with Meow Meow. And we win the battlefield. Now that's gotta be their final bit of forces. I mean, come on. There's no way they got more. Nope, they didn't have more forces, and we get the next event.
You choose to conspire with the deceivers. I abase myself before your illustrious brilliance.
Your breed of chaos is not unintelligent. Let this not be trickery.
Trust in me.
If we must, changeling. Will my people forgive me?
You'll enjoy my tricks, I'm sure. Urson would approve of this.
I beat down Kislev so badly that now Kataryn is turning to Tzeentch to hopefully get a foot back in this race. I don't know, Kataryn, that might not end up too good for you. Oh, damn, Tzeentch has got Kataryn doing something strange over here. Okay. So after that little talk with the changeling, he gives her a little mission and she's doing something strange with some slayers. They must be going over like slaying tips, but I don't think they're slaying dragons. They're slaying something else. The slayers of Kadrin now are on Kislev's side because you know, Kadrin was very convincing, and with the changelings help and the slayer pirates, they're gonna be counterattacking us even harder than last time. Listen, Kadrin, you might be going to Tzeentch to run away from your problems, but I ain't gonna let you off the hook. I'm gonna take out all of these residual armies. This should be her main assault force. She's gonna have to rely on those slayers from Kadrin and the changeling forces to even have a chance. I recruit a bunch of Arwars, demons, some nice guns, and we get our next submission, which is to simply eliminate Zidina Katrin, the vain and the terrible. Katrin is holed up in Kislev, so I'm gonna have to tear through all her lands to get back over there and hopefully defeat Kislev. Katrin, you're cooked. I send in all of my armies. You can see I'm rocking a pretty strong army at this point. We confederated Azazel, so we're looking pretty strong. We are super broke.
Just give me my money.
There's an auto build system in the game and I accidentally clicked it, so now we have 0 gold and 10,000 gold deficit. So yeah, very broke. RIP. But maybe Katrin can fund me as long as I keep pressing on her. We take out this settlement though pretty easy. Some elite troops in there, but I'm just gonna auto resolve it again. We have overwhelming force. Bye. Zhao Ming as well, we're going to give him the Shrine of Alchemists to get back the defensive alliance that he just seems to love breaking. I don't know why he just hated me throughout the entire campaign. It really be your own people. But we do that and we get the next event. I wasn't even expecting this one. A little surprise and a little freaky too, if you know what I mean. Essentially, you know, Miao really needed some money. So she went around to the magistrates of GrandCathay and said, hey, I'm once again asking you for your financial support. And they say, well, Miao, what can you do for me? She said, I'll power your brand new Switch 2 for free. You'll get all the games and you won't even have to worry about it cutting out or anything because I'm the Storm Dragon. Unlimited power for a year for the Nintendo Switch. And they're like, wow, the Switch, you want to play some Switch games with me? And Miao's like, yeah, we could play some Nintendo Switch games. And then I think they play like Super Smash Bros, some Mario Kart, and then they go back to Super Smash Bros for some reason, and then back to Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey. It's kind of crazy. Miao looks, she's really intense. She's had the joystick and she's like, oh, racing, meow. Miao doesn't seem to be very good at video games though, and I think she's gonna end up losing to this magistrate. But she at least did get the money. And maybe something else. And it looks like we finally made it to Kislev. Oh, Katarino. I got some bad BP3 news for you, Katarino. I need to get all my armies over here because we already fought one siege battle and I really don't feel like doing another one. So if I get enough armies in here, hopefully I can auto-resolve her. She might be the queen, but I am the god. Close victory? Nice. Auto-resolve that up. Katarino Bapacino. Bye-bye. And we got that done. The vain and the terrible eliminate Katarina. Yummy. Oh, okay. That was a little ominous. Basically, Katrin, she lost the Slaaneshi forces. They break down the Borka's palace. And there she is. The Slaaneshi forces are coming in thick and strong. And she doesn't know what to do. So she calls out to Tzeentch again. But Tzeentch is not answering. Tzeentch has forsaken her, disappointed in the fact that she couldn't get it done. So the Slaaneshi forces now want to turn Katrin from Tzeentch back to the Slaaneshi side. And they convince her through some really good food. They cook her some bratwurst. And it's really good. And it's super flavorful, honestly. She's like, wow, you guys can make some really good stuffed turkey and bratwurst. It's so tasty. And that's all that happens. And you know, Katrin, she's like, wow, you ever seen Food Wars? It's just like that. She's like, oh my god, you're amazing. And you know what? Maybe Slaaneshi is not so bad. Let me go talk to Tzeentch. Maybe we could team it up. I don't know, but you know, they just keep feeding her lots of bratwurst. It's very interesting. I guess she's very hungry. You know, you gotta get big, gotta get muscular, gotta get strong. I respect that you're on your grind, Katrin. For now, though, they have Katrin locked up until they can get everything sorted out with Tzeentch and Slaaneshi. You know, they gotta go over the specifics. And look at this, I got myself Kislev now. Tier 4 settlement, let's go. I think there's actually a unique building here. Pretty cool. Bears, classic replenishment rate for my entire faction. Nice. Awesome. So we got that and we can move on to our next objective. Katrin has some time to think on her actions and she apologizes to Miao and Azazel. She seems to be coming around very slowly but surely to the Slaaneshi side. But it looks like Tzeentch's trickery is not done yet because he actually takes Kislev that I just spent 50,000 gold upgrading, but you know, it is what it is. The next mission is to do hero action on the settlement, the Frigid Mistress. So before Miao and Azazel are about to confederate Katrin and, you know, make everything kumbaya, it turns out it wasn't Katrin the whole time. It was actually the changing. Whoa, bow. And he gets her in a headlock, He must have been watching the UFC. He's on his John Jones timing. Luckily, Meow Meow is eventually able to escape, but Katarine is not in Kislev. The changeling has captured her and has her locked up, and we have to go save Katarine because Tzeentch is not about to let her go without a fight. Changeling, you better count your days, little bro. You can see we get that next mission here to fight a quest battle against the changeling, and let's get right onto it. I don't want to keep my other Frost Queen waiting. Hey, this is Editor War God here. I didn't even notice fighting the battle that the changeling actually has the Nemesis crown. I'm noticing it now. No goddamn wonder brother was so hard to take down. You'll just have to see in a little bit. Let's just get right into it.
And men, so blinded by their greed that they do not even care that they fight alongside Tzeentch's hosts. What is the worth of mortal life without a little chaos?
Whoa there, buddy. He's talking heavy on his own allies. It looks like little bro needs some discipline. Changeling, you better count your days. I got something big coming for you.
What the hell?
I got a big demonette rush. I got a lot of blickies. I got some fiends. I even have the Arwar drum. So we should be okay. I'm gonna start off the battlefield just rushing towards the walls. It looks like this is actually a minor settlement. Never even seen this before in Warhammer. A set up battle to fight. Let's see how it ultimately goes. There's 2 cultists I'm gonna have to track down and kill. They're in the vestige of the changeling. I go to break through the first gate, but while I'm doing that, boom! A massive spell just destroys a bunch of my demonettes. And guys, I didn't realize the AI really knew how to use spells. So that was a kind of a RIP. But I do counterspell with the Knight of the Talons. But then he gets a nasty Searing Doom. Bro, leave me alone. God damn, they like it hard, but not that hard, bro. Like, come on, lay it off. Ugh, past that, we're just gonna have to keep going through the walls. And hopefully there's not another huge spell like that. Because if there is, oh, it's gonna be a long day. I don't even think they have a metal cast. I think just this map naturally will spawn spells in your guys. So we gotta lock in and win this one fast. I'm trying to get my demonettes to chop through all these spearmen and cav, anything. While the blicky cannon just shoot it in from the long range. I put my little celestial dragon guard summon too. It should do pretty good. Oh, I get a little friendly fire with the Talents of the Night. But you know, a little friendly fire never hurt nobody. It's called friendly, right? It's gotta be friendly. Past that, we should be good. And what even is that? A tornado? Is that a friendly tornado? Is that an enemy tornado? I have no clue, but it looks like my demonettes are okay, question mark. I've never even seen that spell in this game before. Looks like the demonettes are duking it out pretty well, and we're chopping through the Tzeentch forces. Light work. We make it to the first cultist. His ass is gonna get taken down pretty quick with a nasty final trans. Bye-bye, my friend. Now we gotta go get the second cultist. You can see we're just absolutely running through like these basic ass Empire troops. Tzeentch really needs to up his budget instead of sitting in his room all day just gooning to his quote-unquote master plan. Yeah, he's a master something, alright. We obviously eventually make it past all those Empire and Tzeentch infantry, and we make it to the second cultist, where it looks like he's gonna transform here, and he transforms into Big Nakari. You know, I actually own Nakari, so transforming into my worker, not the smartest plan, but Nakari is pretty strong, so we're gonna have to chop through him with all my forces. I got some fiends, I got Meow Meow, it should be okay, even if this guy is as strong as Nakari is. We swarm him and ultimately get him cooked pretty fast. Another cultist is on the side as well, but it's gonna be fine. The cultist is going down as Meow Meow walks up slowly, very slowly, but surely. But eventually Nakari just gets browned down. Any demonic instability crumbles back to the warp while the final cultist dies, and we win that battle. Let's go. I'm also gonna push on to Prague with a couple of my forces, auto-resolve and take that settlement off of her. And our next mission is here. We either have to vassalize the Ice Court / destroy them, or we ally with the Ice Court. You know, despite my name War God, I do love a bit of peace, especially for a nice lady like Katarine. So I'm gonna try to vassalize her, cause you know, I do want to be the king at the end of the day. I'm gonna give her one of my best settlements and we get the vassalization. Nice, completing that quest right away. The Tzeentch and Slaaneshi alliance is finally solidified. Looks like Azazel and the Changeling have finally managed to agree on how to handle the debacle of Katarine. Tzeentch says they want 50-50 custody, and you know, that works for me. Katarine, you're okay now that you're on the Slaaneshi side. They help her out and they imbue her with lots of powers. I mean, wow, she's just getting so much power inside of her. It's kind of crazy.
How's the bear god? Still dead? Such a fool god Urson was. More fool you for following him.
Foul mutant. You will never take the old world. Never. The motherland has endured much. It can withstand you.
The motherland? A whore's land. I care not for the peons that live upon her. There is no wish I cannot grant, no desire I cannot fulfill. Tell me, you'll find me a generous prince, your grandest desires fulfill.
You confound my notions of chaos. There is an obvious sickness in you, but I shall listen.
Yes, believe what your eyes see. Am I not beatific? Oh, Kislev, your hearts are chill. Let me thaw them.
Our accord is a sin. This betrays all that I am.
Okay, you go, Catherine. Talk your shit to them. She kind of botting both of these brothers, but she's maybe not in a position to be really talking on that smack, because Azazel and the Changeling, they ain't taking it sitting down. They hit her with the double whammy attack, one at the top, one at the back, and Catherine just can't defend against it. There's too many angles. Now, eventually, both sides, you know, they're really tired, and they come to an agreement. They're like, listen, Catherine, I got a good deal for you. Slaaneshi and Tzeentch, to make you even stronger. Catherine, she has such a satisfied look on her face. She's really happy with this deal, and she's like, yeah, for sure, guys. We're gonna do a double team special. And now she has both the Mark of Slaaneshi and Tzeentch combining their powers into one form. Into Katarino Kislevino. Over the next turn, some Slaaneshi warbands start attacking my walls. Brother, you ain't gonna do nothing. 1 army, 2 army, you're free to be free money, brother. And it looks like some sus things are happening with Miaoying and Azazel. You know, the normal. Just gaming, you know, lots of gaming, honestly. And it looks like they're trying to run trios with Catherine too. Because, you know, trios, you always want to bring some homies around. And they're all getting new traits and having lots of fun playing video games. They'll be running trios just like the good old days on PUBG and Fortnite.
Know that I can freeze your blood with but a thought. Even a dragon shatters easily once encased in ice.
Such power you have, but underneath such fear. You can do better.
This accord discomforts me greatly. My people require more.
You are corrupt, but not witless. Cathay's cohesion is assured. The Changer shall never again warp proud Cathayan minds.
Your sensibility surprises me. Has Kislev misunderstood demonkind? An accord between our great empires will benefit the world. This shall suffice.
I knew you would accept. They call me Exalted Betrayer, but rest assured, I shall not betray you.
We rush on Karakungor, those Slayer pirates. Even though we're chill with Catherine, they still haven't got the memo, apparently. So we're gonna rush on them. Karakungor has a nice Slayer stack, but ultimately, come on. Miao Miao is the queen. I'm just gonna auto-resolve this. Bye-bye, with a bunch of my armies pulling up. Also, Catherine is confederate into Miao Miao's army now, so we got all of her previous armies, so yeah, it's pretty strong. They do have another little quarrel like you heard earlier, so I ultimately have to choose between Miao Miao or Catherine. It's whether I like blue or pink better, and come on, if you know the War God, you know I love bubblegum pink. I'm gonna have to go with Miao Miao. Catherine, you're good too, you know, but Miao Miao, she is my girl at the end of the day, but you are still valued, Catherine, but Miao Miao, you know how I feel about Miao Miao. So I'm gonna go side with Miao Miao, and we'll see what happens. Another door stack in Fort Jakova. Yeah, little bro, you're gonna have to be kicked off of the property. I got a lot of armies at this point, and I'm just swarming and swarming and swarming. Now, I am aware that we haven't even reached the custom freaky endgame crisis. You thought that little Kislev invasion was tough? Oh, no. The final fight? Yeah. I still have nightmares. We'll get to it soon, though. For now, we're gonna keep on bullying the Dowie. I mean, come on, what are they gonna do? They need a stepping stool to even look at me eye level. Get out of here, little bro.
Fellow Dowie! A great wrong has befallen our kin!
Catherine and Azazel are in the Darklands pushing on Tamarkan. We're moving back towards GrandCathay. Catherine also gets a unique trait after absorbing some of the gifts of Slaaneshi. And we finally get it. The final clash versus Khorne. Essentially, so Khorne's been hearing what the tricky thing Tzeentch is doing, the freaky thing Slaaneshi is doing, and he's just bad in general. He's like, hey, I am Khorne, the god of bloodshed, and you guys are just being freaky and tricky at the same time. There's no bloodshed, and Khorne is not having that, so he sends out his greatest champion, Valkia. You know, Valkia, she kinda bad though. Maybe we can corrupt her, or maybe she'll clap us. Either way, kinda sounds like a win to me. 8 turns from now, Valkyrie is going to send the entirety of Corn forces directly on top of GrandCathay. So I'm going to need to make sure that I get all my armies over there right away, or shit's going to end up like the end times, which I don't really consider canon, but it definitely was not a good time for GrandCathay. They lost to what? Grimgor? Corn? A lot more scary. You can see there's some coordinate portals right next to my lands. So I'll go through the Slaaneshi portals and Kislev back to Cathay, travel up to the Corn portals, and hopefully attack Valkyrie before she can attack me. At least that's my plan. Well, I'll just keep moving Azazel and Meow Meow naturally on foot since they're already too far away from the portals in Kislev. It should all work out relatively okay. Send 1 army, send 2 armies, send 3 armies. There we go. Yeah, I got a lot of stacks at this point, but Pattern also has a lot of stacks. I take out some Slaaneshi warbands on the way to the coordinate portals. I hop through the coordinate portals, but it looks like Valkyrie is actually already destroyed, at least in my campaign. So it's just Hellebron. So I do a little trolling and take out that settlement that's there. And I split up my armies, one to the right, one to the left, to continue beating up on Hellebron. Azazel and Katarine are getting pretty close to Kislev at this point. I've been a lot of turns, but we're moving. Slowly but surely. And right as they're about to reach GrandCathay, it strikes. Listen, I knew there's gonna be like a lot of armies, but like, what is this? This is not even fair. Oh my god, I don't even know. I have no armies over here. Rev up the engine, lock in, slap your face, and remember, Meow Meow, how bad she is. I will not let Corn take this from me. It is time to get some disciplining Valkyrie. And you know, Valkyria's, she's kind of bad in her own right. But yeah, it's just a lot of armies. And we got our mission here, destroy the following faction. Leader of the Gorkin. We're gonna have to somehow take out every single one of these armies. And these are not low tier. It's all hyper elite Corn stuff. Oh man, it's gonna be a long day. Well, I sent all the armies that I had close to the portal and end the turn. I don't want to send them in the portal now because I want Valkyrie to spread out her armies so I don't get immediately bum rushed and killed. So that's what I'm hoping will happen in the end term here. And it looks like that's happening for the most part. First, they take the Bloodwind Keep though. I mean, that was kind of expected. And then they split out. Majority of their armies go to the right and a smaller amount goes to the left. But overall, it definitely works out for me. And I send all the armies back through the Corn portal to GrandCathay. They lose all their movement range when they do this, so I'm gonna have to be on the defensive here. A little bit rough. Meow Meow is able to make it to these armies, but Azazel's just a little bit out of range. So I'm gonna put him on ambush mode so he doesn't get clapped and keep him in reserve, waiting for the right time to strike. I also sell one of my settlements to Lothar, just so that Valkyrie doesn't have any more settlements to get replenishment from as we're fighting the battles. And here they are. Here come the hordes. Wow. 1, 2. Yeah, we already know. Dang, how many Bloodthirsters in that army? That was like 8 Bloodthirsters? Oh my god, bro. There's like 15 Bloodthirsters, Soul Grinders, Blood Crushers, Exalted Bloodletters, Minotaurs. Lock in, guys. Okay, let's get it done. We got a lot of armies of our own. I got a Lion stack, I got a Kislev stack, I got Demonettes, and I got Crane Gunners. My strategy here is to fight in the trees, right? So a lot of my Slaaneshi units have Strider, so they won't be getting any debuffs from the trees, while the coordinate units will, because, you know, in the trees, if you're large, you'll lose stats unless you have that Strider or Woodsman, which we got. So we're just fighting it out with the Bloodthirsters. Meow Meow at this point only can cast Slaaneshi spells, by the way, so no more healing for me. She's gonna cast the slicing shards going down on the coordinate forces. They might have spell resistance, but the DPS should be enough to just burst through it. It's overcasted. Oh, lay it on thick, Meow Meow. Yeah, they're not liking that one for sure. There's tons of damage. The Crane Gunners continue to shoot on. One of them does get sniped in the backline, but hey, sacrifices are meant to be made. I hit him with the whip. I get the buff spell on my Demonettes. They're gonna have crazy melee attack if I pop that on them. The Lions are trying to team up. The Lions are ganging up on individual Bloodthirsters, so we're overwhelming them one by one. Even if they're anti-large, just with our pure numbers, we should be good. Another nasty slicing charge come down on the right as the Corn forces continue to try to pile through. Now, they are definitely getting through the Demonettes, but pretty slowly. At this point, my Demonettes have really high stats, and I've got a lot of heroes. Ooh, that was a nasty slicing shard. The Lions continue to duke it out. I just land them at this point, so there doesn't seem like there's any immediate Bloodthirsters coming at me, but I definitely see some in the background. Some demon forces are crumbling, some of my forces are crumbling. It's a real back and forth battle. I have to continue sending more and more coordinate forces my way. Now remember, I have to win this battle decisively, because there's tons more armies that are going to attack me on the same turn. So if I'm slacking and feeling lazy and I just let most of my army die, it's going to be cooked. The campaign is going to be over right there. I summon out some Demonettes with the Emissary. Meow Meow pops all her buffs and abilities, cast all her spells, and I'm just trying my best as Corn keeps pushing in. They got Minotaurs, they got Dogs, but we're doing a pretty good job of protecting the Crane Gunners. We've only lost one so far and taken a little bit of damage on the others. We lost a couple Demonettes, but we got some summons to replace them, so it's pretty okay. I'm sending some of my spare infantry to the backline to take out their skull cannons that they've been having shoot at me the whole game, as some more bloodthirsters come in and fight against lions in Meow Meow, and you can just see it's corn, it's pink on red action. Not something you really want to be seeing. I'd probably consult a doctor if you're having that problem. Even the Kislev troops are red for some reason. I don't know if that's blood or how they naturally are, but they're just angry. They're tearing up. You can see both sides crumbling, and they actually get a left flank on me with only the reinforcing armies, which I did not have enough forces prepared for. I cast a nasty Overcast Searing Doom, helping me out a little bit, and I also have my summon of Celestial Dragon Guard pulling them off, but there's only like a couple demonettes, so I'm gonna have to pull back some of my lions or something, or else my entire backline is gonna be compromised. I've already lost actually a majority of my crane gunners. Now it's just a melee on melee duel, obviously to Corn's favor, but Meow Meow knows how to make a difference as the lions fly in to hopefully help out on that left flank. But as we lose things, I do get more reinforcements in, so these bloodthirsters, you're gonna have to deal with some extra lions, extra halberds, extra everything, extra meat, the way Slaaneshi likes it. And it looks like the coordinate forces have finally ran out of reinforcements, and it looks like it's gonna be a Slaaneshi W, at least for the first battle, as I can see that I have reinforcements, they don't, and they're gonna get army lost. Get cooked, little bro. And obviously we're gonna take the replenishment rate, as I'm almost certain they're gonna attack me again, because I did take a lot of damage. I pushed them back, at least their initial force, but it looks like they're gonna run it back. Okay, we got one army, okay. Valkyrie actually lightning strikes specifically Miaoying. Oh, we're about to have a queen off. The queen of rat, or the queen of the freak. Hehehe. I know who I'm choosing. Look at Valkyrie, you trying to aura farm or something? Get out of here, little lady. She does look pretty cool though, flying next to the bloodthirster. I'll give her some props, but Meow Meow, she's gonna get you. You better count your days. I got some plans for you, Valkyrie. Meow Meow's gonna instantly, she doesn't even need an army. She'll go in solo, drop some slicing shards from the sky. Light work, baby. Valkyrie looks like she wants that smoke though. Actually, Rampager is what I do with one of Meow Meow's spells, while the Bloodthirster is flying, trying to get an approach on Meow Meow as well. Valkyrie misses her first slash. Come on, are you serious right now? Bloodthirster comes in, smacks Meow Meow in the face. Valkyrie hits her from the front. Ooh, you know, Meow Meow is pretty experienced in these sort of situations at this point in the campaign, but still a little worried for her. You see the Bloodthirster, Valkyrie attacking her at the same time, but Meow Meow's holding her own, shooting those thunderbolts. A little motorcycle comes in as well though. Clang, 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 clang. It's getting intense. I always forget how awesome the combat animations are in this game. We actually get into the thick of it, and everybody knows how amazing Meow Meow is. Oh! She just stole that brother's soul! Oh my gosh. I kind of wish that was me, but you know. Yeah, she's doing her work. Yeah, that brother's soul got stolen from his body. The rest of my army is not doing nearly as good as Meow Meow. They're getting cooked. I have like no forces. I don't know what you want from me. Meow Meow is double teaming both the Bloodthirster and Valkyrie and holding her own very, very well. She's only taken a little bit of damage so far. Now, she doesn't have any healing spells because she's been too Slaaneshiified. She only got Lore of Slaanesh now, but she should still be okay. We got my demons fighting in the trees against the corn demons. All my crane gunners are essentially offline. I do got some demonette summons for my... I do get some demonette summons for the emissary to help me fill in those numbers that I just lost, but it does look like Valkyrie and the emissary are going to be able to take a double team attack on the Bloodthirster and Valkyrie. And in the trees, we got the fiends versus some coordinate demons and dogs. Oh, this should go to me. Obviously, we got Strider, but they are infantry, so they're not taking any stat debuffs. But I'm just hoping the fiends can hold out for as long as they can. Oh, they just stuck that right through his brain. Scary. Valkyrie is coming over here. Girl fight. Ooh, okay. Thunder slash out of Meow Meow, shooting out that bubblegum pink lightning. Valkyrie hits her with a spear attack. Cannon comes down, big old beefy bulls can attack them. There's a lot of stuff happening. Meow Meow's having to take on a lot of opponents at once. She hits up with the Hadouken from the sky though. Okay, I see you, Meow. 2 Hadoukens? Let's go. Slicing Shard's gonna come down. Hopefully slice up these guys. I rampage them as well so they won't be able to escape. Cannon keeps going down. I think Valkyrie and the other guy just ran away. They didn't want to smoke with Meow Meow. Actually, I think she killed them now that I'm remembering properly. Yeah, Meow Meow killed them, so... Ha, take that out, Valkyrie. You know who the real queen is. Here's the emissary, by the way. I don't think I've actually shown much of her in this campaign. She's essentially a half demonette, half human hybrid. So that's why she's a little bit more bubblegum pink than normal. She looks quite humanoid though. She's got a very cool spear halberd ability. She has a lot of support spells. But damn, her animations are cool. She's spinning that thing around and sticking it right in that motorcycle. Kind of freaky, man. Okay, let's see who's gonna win. Oh, she dodge rolled into that. She's trying to aura farm like she's in Elden Ring or something. Okay, oh, okay. She lost all the aura. Okay. Okay, well, you know, she lost the aura just as she gained it, getting launched by the motorcycle. And it runs over just to mog on her? Hell nah, I personally wouldn't take that emissary. Miaoying is still duking it out very well against a Bloodthirster and a big old War Shrine. Let's go back to the fight with the emissary and this guy. While emissary is getting punted around, she is losing all aura. But even though she's getting punted around, she's easily beating the Chaos War Shrine. It looks like that's going to be army losses, despite the emissary getting absolutely flung. Meow Meow just can't be stopped, and we're ultimately going to win this battle. Take that fat, juicy L. Corn. Pink is the new super color, not red. Now please, Valkyrie, please leave leave me alone. Please. I cannot deal with the other army. There's so many armies here. And it looks like they're not going to attack us on this turn. So you know what? Now I'm going to attack. Ah, get pranked, little. Get pranked. Yeah, I'm going to attack the Bloodwind Keep. Hey, it was mine originally, Valkia. Come on, give it back to me. I need to take this settlement so they don't get all the damage I took to them just replenished next turn. So definitely going to need to auto-resolve this one real fast with my Lion stack. We took tons of damage and we're certainly going to have to fight next turn, but at least for this turn, we're getting a little bit of an advantage on Valky's forces. Recruit some demons, recruit some Arwars, whatever force I can to hold against the Khorne Scourge. I'll also be opening up the Wujing Compass and going down the Emperor's Dragon Wrath line. I can unlock the Dragon Emperor's Wrath, which will do a bunch of attrition damage, just basically nuking all of Valky's armies. They fall for my little trap with Valkia and Azazel, so I just auto-resolve that. Are you stupid or something, Valkia? I already know the answer to that one. As I continue to have my guys just hiding in the corner, Tyrion-like. And the Valkyrie armies, I'm not going to attack them. I'll let them attack me again. Not that I even have the movement range to attack them because I spent one of my armies on Bloodwind Keep. And I'm going to need all 4 armies to win this next fight because I know this one's about to be huge. I mean, all the battles so far have been huge. This has been one of the hardest endgame crises I've played in any campaign. Who'd have thunk it, man? Who'd have thunk it? Hooey. Next turn, let's run it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Valkyrie declares war. Valiant defeat. Yep, 4 stacks. I got 4 stacks. Mine are a little damaged, little but we'll see how it goes. Starting off the battle, just instantly, a bunch of massy Khorne forces just get right in my face. Everything of mine is so tattered and scattered, I can't even hold my lines properly. I cast as many spells as I can. Pit of Shades, a Giant Comet as one of my abilities. I got all my range shooting into what they can. There's a Soul Grinder there. I got my Chariot shooting in, got Ashina shooting in. There's so many unit types. My brain is just completely fried. I have to completely focus on the battle if I even want a chance of winning, as the Khorne forces just send more. Minotaurs, Soul Grinders, it does not matter. Furies land on my backline. Things are looking pretty intense. I do have a little hero core too with a bunch of lions. They're very, very low lions. Look at my reinforcements. They literally have like 1 HP. So I'm probably going to lose a ton there, but I just have to send them in. I can't afford to be playing safe with them. I got a couple lords in here to hopefully fend off some of these furies and these soul grinders that have gone to my backline. I'm going to need these archers to stay online and not die if I want to win this one. Woohoo. You can see the Khorne infantry pushing through mine super easy, like they're not even there. Like, I have some good infantry like Zarguard and Celestial Dragon Guard, but they're nothing against Khorne Chosen or Exalted Bloodthirsters. They absolutely eat my guys for breakfast. As the Khorne guys are starting to pile in, and we got a big single entity fight with lions, chariots, soul grinders, but it looks like it's slowly going towards our favor. As we're kind of making it through the first wave of Khorne forces, I get some cap from my reinforcements, running down on some of these soul grinders that are shooting at me with the ranged attack. So that's going to hopefully get them offline as my lions pick up the soul grinders one by one, and the second Khorne army comes in. Now, I also probably lost around 1 army out of my own, so we're about equal right now if I had to guess. So I'm hoping that it will be enough for me to win. A lot of my lions are dead. We could get a closer perspective here. You can see all of these are Exalted Bloodletters with their flaming swords absolutely chopping away at the lions. The dogs are here on my Zarguard, my armored Kossars, the Bloodthirsters fighting the lions. It's not really a fight I want to take, but I have to take. I don't have a choice. I've got the Cav there too for mass, charging through the backline, making sure that nothing can even stand up. Bloodthirsters and lions, blood is everywhere. This battlefield is just torn up. There's dead demons, dead Kislevites, dead Cathayans, dead Tzeentch. There's just dead everything. Khorne is definitely proud though. He's definitely staring directly at this battlefield. Wow, it's just decimated. I've never even seen this many dead models on one screen. Khorne guys, lions, chariots, absolutely a wasteland. I'm sure if the vampire counts came over here, they get a strong as hell army. But it looks like I'm barely able to get the army losses on these guys, and this is the final soul grinder. That was such a close one. I was absolutely sweating bullets. Maybe I should have even showed you guys the full battle of this one, because this one was really intense. I had no reinforcements. I was down. This is all you see. This is all I had. Barely any ammo, barely any troops, no healing. But I barely get the Pyrrhic victory. You know, because I'm War God. Come on, you know. How's a god going to lose to a fake god over here, Khorne? Nah, I'd win. Yeah, so I'm hoping if Valkyrie attacks me again, it's definitely cooked. Please, Valkyrie, leave me alone. Just 1 turn, please. So, we're just going to end it and take the replenishments and see how it goes. It looks like they attack my little 3 stack of healthy armies and they get ambushed because we ambushed them. So, get wrecked, loser. Again, the AI is not very smart. They just see red, I guess. And then Valkyrie comes in again. Valkyrie, we already know how this goes with your forces. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. I don't even know if I'd really get a better result. So, nice. And that should be most of Valkyrie's forces, at least for this turn. More Valkyrie? Oh my god, bruh. Hop off it, Valkia. Hop off. I'm actually going to retreat from this fight. I don't think I can win this against. Valkia has way too much forces. If she has enough movement range to attack me again, I'm done. It's just done. Oh my... What? Oh my god. Valiant defeat. Okay. Okay. At least... I don't even know if there's anything at least to say. This is looking so cooked. I can't win it. I'm just going to have to auto-resolve. Now, we did do tons of damage back to Valkia. But wow. Okay, we're really bad right now. We basically have Valkia and Azazel, and they assault the Great Bastion. They're breaking through. Okay, things are getting really bad. Both sides have taken tons and tons of damage. Valkia continues pressing on me. Hop off it. Hop off it, bro. God, man, I cannot catch a break. All those armies I sent through the portal are all dead now. I'm only down to Miaoying, Azazel, and one extra army. Valkia still has around 5 armies, but Miao Miao is very strong as we've established. I've recruited another lord there for just the last little survivor of fiends over there. I'm definitely gonna have to lock in if I want to finish off this campaign and beat Valkia. Korn looks like he's winning this great game, but I've got a secret plan, and it's called believing in Miaoying, because she's my queen. So I want to look for some brand new vassals, and I see Sigvald. He really likes me because we're obviously both Slaaneshi guys. So I look over him and I realize, oh, I'll just sell him a settlement. The Doomkeep is a tier 4 settlement of mine, which is kind of steep to lose, but I do get some extra gold, and he actually becomes my vassal. While he won't be able to help me directly, having a strong ally like that will definitely keep other forces off my back as I hopefully deal with Valkia. Over the next turn, Valkia does run it back on Miaoying. What are you doing, Valkia? We already know how the story goes. Even though I take some losses, I'm just gonna auto-resolve her. Bye-bye, Valkia. Like, I don't want to deal with that again, so she's cooked. They're continuing pressing on my ally now, Zhao Ming, so we're gonna have to go back there real soon. And the emissary has some really encouraging words for Miao Miao, as everybody is wrecked from the war with Valkia. The emissary and Miaoying go over deep strategy plans on how to actually beat Valkia. Lots of bubblegum pink discussion. I'm not sure if it was really gonna help us beat Valkia, but I bring over Azazel and Miaoying's army to the Great Bastion to fight that one army, and it looks like we're going to be able to auto-resolve it, hopefully, if I get all the armies I've managed to recruit over here. Close defeat still, now Pyrrhic victory, and if I get another army, hopefully we can get it too. Yes, decisive victory, auto-resolve that. Valkia, you're on your way out. I'm kicking her out of Cathay. No red people allowed. Keep them on the other side of the wall. While I did take a lot of losses, I still do have some really strong armies, and Valkia's down to her last army over here, hiding next to Pomei. We're going to hunt her down. Here you are, in Pomei, auto-resolve that one. Hey, take a Pomei. There we go. But there's still another guy. All right. Trot him down, and the final Valkia army goes down. There we go. Pyrrhic victory. And that's going to be Valkia cooked. We've won it. Essentially, we finally beat down all of Korn's forces, and Korn completely forsakes Valkia. He says, you're no longer my champion because you lost. Come on, you can't be getting cooked. You're making me look bad. And essentially, we say, Valkia, Korn doesn't want you anymore, but you know who wants you? Slaaneshi. You know Losifax, the demon that's in her shield? Oh, he's back, and he's kind of angry at Valkia. They have a really big fight, we'll call it. And Valkia does not win this fight because she's severely weakened from the battle. Losifax takes over and absorbs all of Valkia's power. And Losifax and Valkia kind of combine into one entity. You'll see it really soon here, but yeah. Valkia, you're going to be serving Slaaneshi for the rest of your time. And things are going to get a little bit strange. You can see, I don't even know. Valkia's basically piloting this brother like an exosuit, like from Pacific Rim. I have no clue. She's in there. I mean, it looks kind of relaxing. A little bit like wet and kind of weird, to be honest. But she's just chilling, you know. Valkia's doing her thing. Very, very cool model. This guy, he's just essentially a demon prince with Valkia. He gets a couple of ability here. Barrier replenishment, power recharge, reserves. Very, very OP, to be honest. And regeneration. So yeah, this guy just has like everything. Very, very strong lord. I mean, as I deserve after fighting all those Korn forces. Hell yeah. He also has the unique ability, Raging Exuberance. Very long word. Again, it just increases their weapon strength. Makes him a lot stronger. Very cool. Zhao Ming will get another defensive alliance with because he broke it again. Just screw you, Zhao Ming. Honestly, bro, what's your problem with me? And that's it. We won the campaign. That was our final op right there. Valkia taking over. And look, it's so wholesome. We got Valkia. We got Katerin. We got Miaoying all together. Kumbaya. The world has turned into Freakylandia with Caterino Kislavino. We got Miao Miao, the Freak Queen. And we got Valkia. I don't know what Valkia's doing. She's locked up inside a Losifax. True justice has been served, and the world will never know any color besides bubblegum pink for the rest of time. It was very much a journey to make this entire thing complete. Lots of work, so if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and if you have any questions about, you know, mods maybe, If you have any questions about anything, I guarantee you the answers will be on the Discord. Check the links below. They're there. If you got any comments on what you really liked or you want me to do next or to clarify on, leave them in the comments. And I'll see you next time. This is very fun. A lot of work, but very fun. Meow meow. Oh, I can't wait to do this again another time. Peace out, guys.